Ray, you got Fat Alf's number around somewhere?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm running a bit late. Slight contretemps with Nick the Greek over that van I sold him earlier.
Yeah, but I checked that van. It was in prime condition.
Yeah, too prime, Ray. I got Lenny to take the engine out and swap it for something more in keeping with the bodywork.
After Nick had agreed to buy it?
Well, he hardly looked under the bonnet. Anyway, his concern was aesthetic. I don't know what he's complaining about.
Here we go. Fat Alf. 965.
965.
3060.
3060. Top. Ray, I sometimes consider the division of labour in this establishment, and I wonder if it's been fairly apportioned.
This is important, Arthur. Well, if we could drag daily enterprises out of the dark ages, we'd both be able to take it a bit more easier.
Could you really take it a bit more easier and justify getting out of bed in the morning?
Arthur, we need to adapt. I know you think the way you run things is state-of-the-art, but times are changing. We've got to keep up with the competition. That means proper organisation, planning, strategies. We need to...
You've got that look in your eye. You're going to ask for a computer again. The answer is still no. I will not have this fair building turned into a video arcade.
Arthur, we could expand the business and take the pressure off all at the same time. I mean, look at you careering about all over the place. It's not good for you.
This job is nothing to do with computers or technology. It is to do with the personal touch. You make contact with your customer, understand their needs, and then flog them something they could well do without.
Yeah, but Arthur...
Instead, you undermine all the principles that Daily Enterprises is based upon. If you want me, I'm with Fat Alf. I'm going via Winchester for breakfast.
One full house, one gut buster with extra sausage and a fried slice. There we are, sir.
Al, have you ever thought of starting a vegetarian line?
Oh, please, Arthur, I'm not in the mood.
Well, what's the matter?
What is that mixer?
Multi-purpose food processor.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Well, it's all right till you like, switch it on. Here, come and have a look at my kitchen. Here, look at this.
Income. GHI. Outgoings. Right. Arthur.
Have you tried running it on slow speed?
It's still too fast, Arthur. Here, look what it's done to my spuds.
Beautiful.
What?
Look, you don't understand the intricacies of the machine, Alf. The right tool for the right job. You must remember that.
You could suck these through a straw.
Puree, that's all the rage. And on what's his name, Bossy Man, he does his like that. Nouveau Cuisine.
That's not what Atlas reckons.
Atlas Harry? What's he got to do with it?
He come in for his breakfast. He's been abroad. Wanted a change from orange juice and croissants. And he said the potatoes were runny.
Atlas is hardly renowned for his gastronomic expertise, is he, Alf?
You forget, Arthur. He's rubbing shoulders with the top notch these days. It's nothing but the best for him, and that includes where he eats. And he says these potatoes were runny.
And this is the same Atlas who put himself in hospital after consuming a family-sized tube of tomato puree on toast.
Well, we all have our hard times, Arthur, but you don't know how he's come on.
So you keep telling me. You see, what you don't understand, Alf, is I am a practising businessman. I experience the business lunch. A mash like you're preparing in there is de rigueur these days. Bung some polythene sheets on the wall and release your creativity.
Part of the reason I suggested this office revamp was so we'd be more efficient and we wouldn't have to go dashing about all over the place. You think Arthur would be keen to lighten the load?
Yeah, well, he does like to be in the thick of things, Ray. Yeah, Atlas was only saying that this morning.
Atlas? Who's he?
Atlas Harry White. He used to work around here. A walking disaster area. Yeah, then he has a bit of luck. He has one big deal, sells out and takes early retirement. Never done nothing for a whole year, he reckons. Never felt better. He hoped to see Arthur this morning.
Give him the name of 200 or 300 other people Arthur's doing business with today.
Yeah, well, he said he might pop back later.
Yeah, well, he can get in the queue behind me.
Lenny?
Morning, Arthur.
Sorry I'm late. My previous client.
You want to watch it, eh, dashing about? What happened to Jimmy Charles? 1 minute he's there, fit as a fiddle, large as life, nipping from one job to another. The next, kaput.
He was hit by a bus.
He had his mind on other things, Arthur.
Yeah, I'll bear that in mind when I'm crossing the road in future. Listen, do you want any more of those air fresheners?
I will, actually, but not the lavender. Apparently it clings to the clothes and it upsets domestic pets.
How about the car alarms?
I meant to have a word with you about that. There's a problem there. If you wire them in according to the instructions, all the bits of metal on the car go live.
Natural repellent. I'll order you a couple more. Look, while I'm here, could you have a listen to the motor? It's making a funny noise.
It's getting to that sort of age, Arthur. Atlas says that's why he buys new every 18 months.
Atlas, was he here?
Yeah, he wanted me to check the oil on his new motor. Have you seen him?
I'm beginning to feel I have. Is he showing any signs of indigestion?
Not that I noticed. You should see his new vehicle, Arthur. Very tasty.
Oh, has he got a new sidecar?
Nah, that's long gone. You know he's retired.
Yeah, I did hear something.
He's done all right for himself. You know, I really admire people like him. Gives you someone to model yourself on, don't you reckon?
So I said, Signorini, do you think that I came on a cruise just to look at the ocean?
Arthur, so you made it.
Dave?
Arthur, nice to see you. Let me get you a drink.
Oh, thanks, Atlas.
Dave, the same again. Well, you're looking well, Arthur.
Plodding along, you know.
Business still thriving?
Expanding as ever.
Let me tell you something, Arthur. You think you have a busy time when you're working, but you just wait until you stop.
Yeah, 2 different cruises and a tour of the Dutch Fields, all in 6 months, Arthur.
Oh, it's a hard life, but somebody's got to do it.
I've been telling Atlas, Arthur, you have never been busier.
Quality is its own advertisement, Dave.
I admire you, Arthur. I really do. The willpower to carry on. I often think of you, you know, when I'm playing a game of tennis or I'm off visiting somewhere. I think how we started together, selling stuff on a street corner, one eye out for the law, and the punishing hours, the worries, the pressures. Mind you, I always had my boy Kevin to hand over the business to, whereas you and your good lady...
You earned it, Atlas. You enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind swapping a couple of days in Wilston for a cruise around the Norwegian fields, I tell you.
Oh, beautiful, Ray. You sit on the deck with a glass of bubbly in your hand and you think, I have arrived. Well, it was hard work, but every drop of sweat was worth it because this is my reward.
I never fancied it myself. I'm off to the Bahamas.
Ray?
QE2. I did think of popping round the Med or nipping over to the land of the midnight sun, but when all's said and done, when you're going to leave terra firma behind you for a few months, you might as well have the best.
A few months.
After Torremolinos, you said you'd never go on holiday again.
That was not a holiday, Dave. And neither is this.
Oh, well, you ain't done a deal out there, have you, Arthur?
Nothing so complicated, Ray. No, it's quite simple. Like Atlas here, I have decided the time has come for me to enjoy the fruits of my labour.
Yeah, well, I always maintain you need a break once in a while, Arthur.
No, you're not getting my drift, Dave. This is not a break. I am handing the business over to my boy Ray, my heir.
You what?
Ray has already carried out extensive modernisation and computerisation at Atlas. He is all set to propel daily enterprises into the 21st century.
Yeah, but Arthur, you never said...
I'll just bash on with a cruise, and I thought I might make an investigation about a possible property on the Costa.
But Arthur, you hate abroad.
You're handing over, Arthur?
A transfer of my business interest, Dave, so that I can enjoy life as befits an ex-chief of industry.
Oh, well, if you want some advice, Arthur, the cruise...
Oh, that's very kind of you, Atlas, but I gather you travel below the waterline. The first-class passenger has his own regime.
You're travelling first class?
Of necessity. I'm afraid the good living has made my body go soft.
Arthur, do you know what you're saying?
Yeah. Early retirement, Ray. The big payoff.
Come on, this is a wind-up, isn't it?
No, I understand you're nervous. I mean, a business empire like Daily Enterprises, Richard Branson would have his work cut out, but I am confident you can do it. I mean, you can't just give all the time, can you, Atlas? There comes a time when you have to cry, enough, I demand recompense. Well, get 'em in, Dave. I'd like to mark the occasion. Or do you all have to get up early in the morning?
Nice
Same here, Dave.
Large brandy, please, Gov. Lovely.
Arthur, thank God. I've had Alf on the phone all morning about that mixer.
Oh, sorry, Ray, it's nothing to do with me.
What?
I'm a man of leisure now. The business is your concern. Which reminds me, although I didn't expect a tearful acceptance speech, I did feel a few words of gratitude might have been in order.
You can't be serious.
Ray, Daily Enterprises did not acquire its present high standing overnight.
You can't be serious about packing it in.
Yeah, I just come to get one or two things and then I'm off down to travel agents.
Look, Apple's got your back up, saying what a great life he was having. I understand, but there's no need to see it through.
Well, it's true, Ray. I did find Atlas very irritating. I mean, to be lectured at by a man who is to free enterprise what a verruca is to a swimming pool was very irritating. No, Ray, I've been thinking. There's a lot of freedom and overindulgence out there, and I, of all people, have paid the price of admission.
What about the cars? The flats?
Well, I assume with your qualifications and your apprenticeship here, you cop for the lot. Of course, if you don't think...
No, I'm not saying I can't manage.
Well, then.
But it's just so sudden.
Ray, I'll give you a couple of pointers. I'm only a phone call away, except when I'm in Barbados. And I'd rather you didn't use the office blower then.
You'll regret it, Arthur.
Raymond, I assure you I know exactly what I'm doing. Of course, if you have any doubts about your own ability to cope...
Of course I can cope. You know, I've been dying for a bit more responsibility.
Well, as long as you're confident, Ray.
Good afternoon. Ray Daly, Managing Director. Gazza. Yeah, Ray Daly here, mate. Yeah, you still on the lookout for some of them old beta tapes? Yeah, well, looking at our records, I think we just might be able to supply you, if you still need them. Yeah, lovely. What, this afternoon? Yeah, nice one, gal. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye.
No, I'm sorry, sir. That one's full as well. The earliest for the QE2 would be a month.
Oh, and I was hoping for something about the middle of next week.
Well, there's this. The latest in transatlantic sophistication, the Davy Jones, is 27,000 tons of unadulterated luxury. 220 cabins, a restaurant on each deck, and for the person that likes adventure on the high seas, 3 casinos.
I take it the casinos have en-suite bar facilities.
I did knock, but you can't have heard me.
Well, it's always an open house here, Mr.
Brooke,
Mr. Brooke. What can I do for you?
I need to see Arthur.
Well, can't I help?
I doubt it.
Have we done business before?
I'm only here because I've exhausted all the other possibilities.
Well, times are tough, Mr. Brooke. But not so tough that I can't afford to turn away difficult customers.
Arthur supplied a miniature Venus de Milo to a colleague of mine several years ago. I want to know if he's got any left. It's for a close friend.
I can't help noticing there's an awful lot of medical facilities on board.
Yes, that's right, sir.
Is there something I should know?
They're all proper doctors. They have their certificates up in the surgery.
No, the point I'm trying to make is the crew's life, as I understand it, is one of unhurried relaxation. It seems odd to find emergency ward 10 on every deck.
There's nothing to worry about, sir. The number of deaths at sea is precisely in keeping with the national average.
Oh.
It's more of a precaution, really, as you don't see land for a week or two. It's nice to know it's there if you need it.
Quite. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry it's a bit dusty.
I'm amazed you could find it. I reckon Arthur doesn't know what he's sitting on half the time.
Yeah, well, I'm modernising office procedure at the moment.
Arthur Daly changed. Where did you say he was, by the way?
I didn't. Arthur's taken an early retirement, actually. I'm in charge now.
Get away.
Sailing from Portsmouth Friday morning.
I'll take it.
I don't think you'll be disappointed.
I should hope not at these prices.
They're the room supplements.
Would you mind giving me a total cost? the whole thing, because I have to get a banker's, what's name?
Sure, it's 4,400.
Yeah, I'm in the general area.
Of course, if you want to go first class, it's slightly more.
What do you mean?
The way it's worked out, Mrs. Daly is entitled to a 20% discount as a second passenger, so that adds another...
Mrs. Daly?
Oh, I'm sorry, I had assumed...
No, it's all right. I hadn't thought.
Hello, Pete, it's Jerry. I've got another job coming up. That's right. No rest for the wicked.
I've nothing against cruises as such. It's just a question of finding the right one.
Well, I thought you wanted for nothing on them ships.
That's the problem, Dave. It's like Selfridges at sea. Her indoors will come over all unnecessary once she sees the temptations they lay before you.
Ah, she'd probably get bored with all that. I mean, once the novelty wears off...
Dave, she is a lady of voracious appetite. We'd be insolvent long before that happened.
So we go.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Have you spoken to her indoors? See what she fancies?
No. She is as yet ignorant of my intentions.
Well, you have told her you're taking the early bath.
Oh, yeah, she's well aware of that. It's amazing how she's warmed to the idea.
Probably glad to have you around, Arthur. Let's face it, you are hardly ever at home.
I did assume that side of things would stay the same.
That's the whole point of being retired. You cleared the deck so that you and your best beloved can enjoy a bit of time together.
Whack a small one in there, Dave. The clock's ticking.
Oh, wow. That's perfect, Ray.
Well, I only picked it up myself yesterday, but as soon as I saw it, I thought of you. Still needs a bit of work done to it, though.
It's exactly what we want. Do you reckon it'll stand some more dinting, you know, and still go?
Yeah, of course it will, Colin. Well, the engine itself's as good as new.
The rest of the guys will love it. Rolling up to gigs in this. Wicked.
What do you call yourself these days, Cole?
Death Slayers of the Apocalypse. Catchy, innit?
Yeah, trips off the tongue. Now, you know it's only cash, Colin.
No trouble. How much was it? 300?
450.
Yeah, I thought you had a mower to fix.
Hardly seems worth it now. Can I do anything?
How do you mean?
Well, round here, I am a shareholder, after all.
You ain't paid for all your shares yet.
When I've worked out the extent of my investment return, Dave.
Arthur, are you getting twitchy already?
What do you mean?
Retirement blues.
Certainly not. I don't know why I didn't give up years ago. Freedom, no worries, marvellous. No, I do happen to have a little time on my hands, and it did occur to me I might have a look at reorganising this place.
Reorganising?
Yeah, improving the image, updating the decor. I know where I can get a warehouse clearance of new bar stools.
Oh, for you, I suppose, to have packed it in. Besides, the place looks fine.
All right, I'm just offering my services on a consultative basis.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be ungrateful, Arthur, but we do not need any new gear.
What about outside? I know where I can get a load of neon lettering cheap. Trouble is, they've got no W's. Still, they've got a few M's, so we'll get round that.
Leave it out, Arthur. I mean, I know you're trying to help, but I'd rather do it my own way.
All right, Dave, all right. That's your attitude?
I mean, I've not been personal, Arthur.
I did imagine that while I was not out enjoying myself, I could help those less fortunate than me. But since you seem determined to go it alone, so be it. I shall give myself over to the good life full-time with a clear conscience that I have offered. God! You've been turned over.
Arthur, thought you'd be on your way by now.
How can you be so calm? Why didn't you give me a call?
What's the matter?
The stock, Ray. You must have an accurate note of everything you've got. Otherwise, how are you going to know when somebody's half-inched it?
Arthur, I've sold it.
You've done what?
Yeah, things ain't gone too badly lately. I've cleared 40% of the stock, done 3 cars at the lot, plus one I bought in specially for a targeted customer.
Targeted?
Yeah, I've also been down that local college giving out flyers on the flats. Well, so far I've had 123 replies.
We've only got 3 properties.
Well, it shouldn't be a problem filling them then, should it?
Raymond, you're not spreading yourself a bit too thinly, are you?
I want to make a strong start, Arthur. I'm putting together a computer database of every transaction we've done since I got here. And I'm following that up with some secondary pitching.
Yeah, I hope you're getting cash.
Yeah, of course I am.
flash it around. Well, I'm delighted you're managing relatively well, Ray. I'm pleased my basic instincts were right.
I'm not going to let you down, Arthur. Anyway, how about you? What are you doing still here?
Oh, there was a bit of itch on the sailing front. Suffice it to say, other arrangements are being made. I just thought I'd pop in, check everything's okay.
You missing it, Arthur?
No, couldn't be further from the truth. Ray, I have found another world outside of work.
Yeah, what you been up to?
Oh, this and that. A rich tapestry of activities. The trouble is finding the time to fit them all in.
Hello, Daily Interview. It's Fiona. Yeah, it's Ray. Now listen, right? You still running those Keep Fit classes? Only I've got some very pucker leisure wear just come in. Yeah? Well, any colour you like. Look, hold on a minute, Fiona. Here, Arthur, you're going to be down in Winchester later, aren't you? I better crack on, you know.
Yeah, I might see you there. I'm going to be very busy this afternoon. You carry on.
Fiona, yeah.
40%.
It's all in there. Don't stare. It's in the back bedroom, and there are no alarms.
You sure?
No, it's a wild guess. I thought I'd take the risk of you and me doing some time.
Sorry, Peaches. Jerry.
Not in public, eh? Walls have ears and all that.
Sorry.
Now just get everything you can. I'll sort it out later.
Hello, Bert. I thought it was you. I was just passing.
Arthur, how's things?
Oh, all right. Up to a point, you know. Well, mostly.
What's up?
Bert, would you say I was a fair boss? You know, when I was working. Now, be honest, perfectly honest.
Well, no.
Well, in the circumstances, Bert, that's a very insensitive comment.
Still, you're retired now.
Your boy Ray is wreaking the most terrible revenge.
He ain't let you down, has he?
No, quite the reverse. He's got the Midas touch, and he's rubbing my nose in it.
How about these autograph table mats, Alf?
Oh, yeah. Great side, innit, eh? Banks, Peters, Charlton, Eusebio. Yeah, wait a minute, Eusebio didn't play for England. Nor did Fanny Blankers-Cohen.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Alf. There's been a slight problem there. The printer went wrong. I'm willing to knock off 10%.
30.
Okay.
Suddenly stopping work leaves a big gap. You need a hobby like this to fill in.
Well, given that the cruise is on hold and none of my hips needs replacing, I'll try anything, Bert.
That's the spirit. You're getting all worked up about Ray because you've got nothing better to do. He thinks the world of you, Arthur. He wouldn't want to upset you.
I wish he'd succeed less, obviously.
Oh. A few hours of this and your cares will just float away.
How long?
This is it.
It's no use to me.
Arthur always takes whatever I've got.
You've got a lot of stuff here, Flash, but he's not going to use it all, is he?
He takes what I've got, what I think he can use.
How'd you work that out?
I know him.
Now, what about this?
You don't want that.
Will you stop telling me what I do and don't want? Now, is it for sale?
It's no good to you.
Look, how much do you want? 20, 30?
35, actually.
35.
What happens if you catch something?
How do you mean?
Well, do they have a resident expert in attendance who knows about fish and tells you what to do?
It is not the winning, it's the taking part, Arthur.
How many days do you have to fail before you consider you had enough?
Aren't you enjoying this?
Well, nothing happens, Bert. Except you get cold. No, I'm sorry. I'm grateful for your attempt, but no. The battle between man and cod is not for me.
Oh, well, if you're sure, I think I'll just have another half hour. I'll find my own way back. You'll be home in 20 minutes.
How'd you cast off again? Meet Andre.
Arthur?
You get that from Flash Eric?
What you doing here?
That's not the sort of thing he usually puts my way.
Well, he's not putting it your way, is he? I chose it. I've got someone in mind, all right.
As your day turns sour, Ray, you're getting that look you sometimes get.
My day is fine.
It's not all brightness and light, the world of commerce, you know.
Everything's great, Arthur. Now, what do you want?
Nothing. You carry on.
Were you looking for something?
No, I'm just making my space.
You what?
You won't know I'm here.
When won't I know you're here?
Well, I need a few days, Ray, to plan the twilight years. When that contemplative morning on a riverbank was a non-starter. And when I'm at home, her indoors keeps giving me jobs to do as soon as I sit down. Besides, I expect you like a bit of company. You carry on. Don't mind me. You won't know I'm here.
What do you mean you don't want it? I've got it specially. I've laid out cash for it. No, you told me you wanted a fake fur sofa. Well, it's here, awaiting your collection. Do what? You should have thought about the base rate before you ordered it. Yes?
Nothing.
I heard you tut.
No, clear my throat.
Arthur, you were tutting.
Oh, my mother.
Tell me what's wrong.
You're the boss, Ray. It would be unforgivable of me to comment on any of the gaffes you make. Especially with your confidence at such a low ebb after the table mats debacle.
You said you wouldn't mention that again. I knew I shouldn't have told you.
We all learn from our mistakes, Ray. But there comes a time when you've got to stop learning. To be a mine of business acumen after the fact, whilst in a state of financial ruin, is not a desirable situation.
I had a definite order on this sofa.
But you did not get cash up front.
Yeah, but...
Or you would not have gone the colour you did while you were having the conversation. You've got to learn who's reliable, Ray.
The geezer I was speaking to has never let me down before.
Well, how could he? It was his first deal.
You've been listening.
I haven't.
Well, how could you know that, then?
Instinct. I could tell by the pauses that he had never traded before.
What am I supposed to do? I've got to keep things moving.
Ray, a gallon of syrup of figs would not move that sofa.
Arthur...
One person in a million wants something like that. And when they change their minds, you should have been guided by Flash.
What? He wanted to palm off an old church pew to me.
He knows what sells, and he's reliable.
Well, how can I tell that?
You look him in the eye, Ray. That's how you can tell.
Nothing too wonderful.
This must be worth a few bob.
What are you doing? That needs laying off.
Had you heard Arthur Daly had retired?
No. So what?
I've never liked him much, you know.
Norman, what you doing here?
Oh, hello, Arthur. I'm just bringing some stuff round for Ray. I gather you've taken the early option, Arthur.
That is correct.
Yeah, I do envy you. I wish I could wind it all up, relax a bit.
You become a slave to your job without knowing, Norman. And it's only when it's all stopped you realise how much more there is in life. What you got?
Oh, they're these special tension relievers from America. You bang them on your forehead, and they've got this special cooling gel inside. Does the job. I've had a try.
How much?
Can I discuss this with you now you're...
Please, Norman. I still have a vested interest in the firm.
Oh, one.
How many you got?
That's cost. You bang them out at £5 a piece, you're laughing.
Oh, Norman. Sorry I'm late, mate.
Where you been?
Like to run some gear over to Jono's.
Well, that shouldn't have taken you 5 minutes.
Well, I couldn't find him, could I?
It's Tuesday, innit?
Yeah?
Well, it'd be a racecourse.
No. I think you'll find that's Thursday. Tuesday is the snooker hall.
That's right, Arthur. I don't know where you store it all.
Why'd you do that?
Do what?
You know very well, the winking.
I was not winking.
When we was negotiating the deal, you was winking, Arthur. 1 week for low, 2 weeks for even lower. I sussed it out.
Well, thank God for that.
Well, I wish you wouldn't. I was getting there.
You were about to accept his opener.
Arthur, I was testing him out. I mean, what do you think I am, stupid?
Look, I was only acting as a safety net.
Well, there was no need to. I mean, what you still doing there anyway? I thought you had loads to do. You just can't leave it alone, can you?
Look, Ray, I hardly think a slight facial tic constitutes involvement.
I knew from the start you couldn't cope without the work, and now you're proving it.
No need to lose your temper because you're having a bad run.
I'm not having a bad run, it's you breathing down my neck. I can't think.
I cannot believe your ingratitude. When I could be off enjoying myself, I stay close by to be of comfort to you in your first testing days, and this is how you say thank you.
You're hanging around because you've got nothing to do. You're at a loose end.
Loose end? Look, I've got a whole diary full of leisure activities.
Yeah?
And since you're so lacking in gratitude, I shall go and take advantage of it.
Good. Arthur.
Maybe it was a wrong decision.
Absolutely not, Bert. I do not make those. No, it's a question of expectation and reality being further apart than I imagined. And I did not expect Ray to spurn my attempts to cosset him through the opening rounds.
I'm telling you, Arthur, you've got to find something to do with your time so you're not thinking about work every 5 minutes. How about some of this? Nice allotment. It's very soothing.
No, I imagine this requires more physical effort than I'm prepared to provide. Besides, if you can't dig 'em up washed and chopped, I'm not interested.
Oh, I said to Ray, I thought you were being a bit hasty.
Hasty does not come into it, Bert. I just haven't found my niche, that is all.
What you need is an outing.
I don't want you to breathe a word of this to Arthur, Dave.
No problem, Ray.
I don't believe it. It started so well. Everything's coming apart at the seams. I'm buying stuff I can't get rid of. Deals are falling through, and if it hadn't been for Arthur, I would have bought a load of gear at way over the odds.
Well, you've got to learn who's who, Ray, my like, who to trust.
That's what Arthur said, but how can you? It's so hard to tell.
It takes years. You'll get there.
Well, thanks for the vote, Dave. I'm just not Arthur Daly.
Well, how could you be? They threw away the mole with Arthur. Nevertheless, you are a Daly. You do what you think is right, and you stick with it.
You sure about this, Bert?
Arthur, it is exactly the thing you were looking for.
How do you do? My name's Harold Cleat. I'm looking for Arthur.
Well, Arthur doesn't work here anymore. Can I help you?
Are you in charge? You running things?
Yeah, that's right.
This is your lucky day.
Basically, you pay your membership every year, Arthur, and then you get entry to all the stately homes and whatnot's free.
This is more like it, Bert. You know, I was beginning to have serious doubts about this retirement lark.
Oh, there's hundreds of places you can check out.
I've always been interested in this country's heritage. They say that if you can understand the present, you can make sense of the past.
That's very true, yeah. Where should we start?
Well, you suppose I've got a bar?
Arthur.
Come on.
It's costume stuff, but it's nice, sparkly, you know.
I don't usually deal in a...
Arthur always took it. Look, I'll tell you what, the whole lot's 75 quid. Sell or return. It's just above cost. You'd make a killing if you move even half of it.
50.
Oh, how can you sleep nights? Oh, all right.
I had no idea they were such entrepreneurs, Bert. I mean, all this, and they own half London as well.
Gentry did as they pleased in them days, Arthur. There weren't no TV, and when they got bored...
Yeah, please, spare me the details, Bert. I've seen the four-poster, I can guess the rest.
You better be making tracks, I've got to work tonight.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at this Chinese thing over here.
Hello.
What can I do for you?
Oh, it's all right. It's nothing important. I was passing, so I thought I'd drop in. Arthur sometimes has one or two things I'm interested in.
Anything in particular?
No, not really. Odds and ends, trinkets, jewellery.
Come in.
It's marvellous, isn't it?
What?
These things. Maze. I mean, handful of privet and a contorted mind, and you've got hours of entertainment.
Yeah, well, I think I've had my quota, Arthur. I told Doreen I was just popping down the allotment till tea time.
Well, we'll soon be on our way, Bert. Down this way.
I think it's this way, Arthur.
No, I think you'll find it's this way, Bert.
No, I am certain it is this way.
Look, I don't want to bring up things that should be long forgotten, but remember that 7.5-hour drive to Bridlington?
You always have to mention that, don't you? You were going on to Doreen about it only last week.
Sorry to bother you. That costume stuff, I left half of it in the car.
Well, thank you very much. That's very public-spirited of you.
Now, hang on, Ray. We did negotiate on the basis of what you saw. Another 20 for this.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll get that much interest for this, like Harold.
15.
Well, since we do have such a long tradition of business, all right.
Oh, my God. We've done it again.
We've done it.
This is no time to shirk your responsibilities, Bert. If you hadn't suggested it, we wouldn't have come out here in the first place. Bert, conserve your energy. It's useless. We're going to be here for days.
Doreen will kill me.
I know I should have bought some of that mint cake at the gift shop. Should never venture into the wilds without it.
What if I got on your shoulders?
Oh, Bert, this is no time for party tricks. I do not believe it. 40 years of rigorous employ. And when I pack it in to enjoy my just rewards, my life starts to resemble a night at Mad Laddie's Bodega Bar. Well, that's it. It's time to be honest. The easy option is not for me. I am jacking this retirement lark in.
Are you lost?
Oh, don't worry, son. You'll be all right. You stick with us. Someone will find us.
I know the way.
What, way out?
It's easy. I'll show you.
Oh, thank God for that.
I only accept cash. Up front.
Raymond, I've got something to say to you.
So have I, Arthur. Now, just listen to me. I want to apologise and I want you to come out of... well, come off the bench sort of thing.
What, you mean stop being retired?
I need a few pointers, Arthur. Well, I reckon I can make a go of it, but I can't jump straight into your shoes.
Oh, that's very inconvenient, Ray. I've got a couple of very interesting jaunts fixed up for next week, and your dad needs help with his hardy annuals.
Arthur.
All right, as your family. Come on, tell me what's moving.
Well, Harold Cleek's been in.
Who?
You know, Harold. Stocky, brown hair, the jewellery man. I bought a load of costume stuff off him, and the good news is I've managed to shift it already.
Oh, my God.
What's up?
Did you happen to shift it to a tall, elegant, blonde woman?
Yeah, how'd you know?
And did this Harold come back a second time?
Yeah, he did, a little bit later.
And the second time, was it twice as much gear at 4 times the price? And you bought it because you knew you could offload it. You will never see that woman again. You are several £100 light with a load of tat you'll never be able to shift. They're famous, that couple, for that scam.
No, it wasn't like that, Arthur. Harold sold me the other stuff at the same price.
What?
What's happening?
Raymond Daly.
That's him.
I'm Detective Sergeant Harris. I have reason to believe you're in possession of stolen goods. I do have a search warrant.
Yeah, hang on.
If it's anything particular, Sergeant, perhaps we could help.
No, thanks.
Raymond, let's get out of the way.
I should stay away for a few days. They say Bridlington's very nice this time of year.
Could you open this cabinet, please?
Certainly. Ray?
Nothing? Come on. Sorry to have bothered you, gentlemen. We were acting on information received.
Sergeant? Show me a computer that can do that, Ray, and I'll believe in progress.
How did you know?
There's a certain kind of knock that can only be the police.
What's going on, Arthur?
A little maneuver known as the plant.
You mean that costume stuff's real?
Yeah. Normally, this sting is used to deprive people of a large lump of money, but in this case, it's been adapted.
So why does this Harold character want to drop us in it with the law?
It's not his style, Ray. He is strictly a con artist.
Who's he working for?
Well, at the moment, there are others better qualified to judge. Come on.
Arthur, how come you never told me about that filing cabinet?
Ah, no, Ray, I wouldn't like you to think I ever had any reason to hide anything from you. I'll show you how it works when we get back.
Right.
Here, hold the handle when I knock, just in case. Ansel and Gretel played the old 1-2 routine to get Ray to take the Tom. They're well away by now, but what I want to know is who set it up and why?
Sus the first, Arthur, and you'll like us not have the second.
My thoughts entirely, Monty.
Last I saw you, Ray, you were kicking the Hendon School's under-11 centre forward in the air. You still playing?
Well, not as much as I'd like to.
Wise move. Look after your body.
Yeah, talking of which, the dogs are safely under lock and key, I trust.
Of course they are. Can't take the risks these days, Arthur. I had to get rid of Bruiser. Couldn't stand the muzzles.
No, I'm sorry.
Give him terrible indigestion. There's your boy. Genuine article. Worth about £1,000. As to a lead, Arthur, I'm not really up on who's dealing what these days. Smiler might help.
Ah, there it is. I put it under F. O'Neill and Sons, funeral directors.
Who are all those people, Arthur?
Contacts, Ray. Contacts. O'Neill and Sons, could I speak to Mr. Vincent O'Neill, please? Arthur Daly. Hi, Smiler. How's business? Oh, but it is steady. I mean, it's not as if you have to worry about finding out that your customers can live without you. What, Smiler? Yeah, no. Smiler, what's the word on knock-off jewellery? Dealers, small stuff. Who? No, I'd rather not. No, I know she isn't. No, Smiler, I was hoping you'd save me having to go down that particular avenue. Oh, all right, if there's no alternative. Yeah, tie anyway. Bye-bye. Problem? Smiler assures me he can't help.
Can he suggest anyone else?
One person. Oh, dear.
Arthur Daly.
Delilah? Long time.
Arthur Daly. I thought you were dead.
Oh, retired. Semi. Well, still alive.
I can see. You look well, Arthur. In the pink.
Oh, you know how... You look very,
Well preserved.
I did mean to write, Delilah.
Probably got lost in the post. I hadn't given up hope. It's only 40 years.
Is it as long as that? Did you ever get married? After we,
6 times. Well, no one ever quite matched up to you, Arthur.
Do you mind if I get some tonic?
Come on, Arthur. What you doing in there?
And then I had to leave the area. Case of mistaken identity, but a wise move, nevertheless. And when I come back, you'd gone off with that troop of can-can girls.
Don't worry, Arthur. You were never being malicious.
And while you were away, Erling Dawes decided I was the one. And you know how determined she could be. And that was that.
You don't change, Arthur. Tell me, what can I do for you? I presume you need a favor.
Well, if you've still got that sideline of yours, the one that's not entirely legal.
Gotcha.
Like to keep your hand in.
Why give up something you're good at, Arthur?
I couldn't agree more.
Now, what do you need?
I'd like you to tell me who's dealing this sort of stuff.
Jerry Brooke.
Beecher's? Is he still working?
Yes, he handles all the small stuff. One of his jobs going around at the moment.
Could you make a paste of that by tomorrow?
We'll see what we can do.
I'm very grateful. I mean, in view of...
I've told you, Arthur. It was one of those things. It didn't work out. You were never improper.
Well, I did pride myself.
More than a few times. You'll have to wait.
Delilah, what can I say?
There's no need for words, Arthur. Leave me as I remember you, as a man of action.
You were tired. You should have stretched out on the back seat.
I didn't know your little chat was going to take all night.
I hope you're not casting aspersions. Delilah has furnished us with all we need to clear this mess up.
Well, who's behind it then?
Jerry Brooke, known in the criminal world as Beecher's for being a very nasty fence. We've had one or two run-ins in the past, and he's obviously decided to even the score.
What are we going to do, Arthur?
I want you to pick up the van, go round to his place, and deposit the original in a drawer.
Yeah, but what if he's in, Arthur?
He won't be. I think you'll find there's fairly easy access down the alley at the side. Then meet me back at the lockup. I've got one or two calls to make. I felt it was my duty. You sure you got that address? No, I'm sorry. Remaining nameless is a basic rule of the anonymous tip-off. Goodbye. Jerry, after all this time.
So, Arthur, where are his trinkets?
What do you think?
No, I'm sorry, Arthur. I'd like to help, but I don't really handle this sort of stuff.
Oh, what a pity.
You going to be in all morning?
Yeah, I'm not going to budge an inch.
I could get some other people to call round.
Oh, I'd be grateful if you could. See, Ray didn't get the name of this other bloke, and I couldn't think who else to call.
Hey, what are you doing?
We are about to be raided again by the police, Ray.
How'd you know?
A sneaking suspicion, but worry not, they won't find a thing. Unlike the people who are at present raiding Beecher's drawers.
Nice one, Arthur.
Get your retaliation in first, Ray. Basic rule of English fair play. Beecher's going to be sorry he didn't think about who he was dealing with when he tussled with the Dailies.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Meanwhile, I suggest we wait at the Winchester. We can leave a note on the door for the police.
Welcome back, Arthur.
Oh, I don't know, Ray. You've made a promising start.
Yeah, it slid downhill quick enough, though, didn't it?
Teething problems. You'll pull it round.
Not without you.
Thank God for that. I can't think why I've never seen it before. It's been staring me in the face.
What is?
That!
Arthur, there's nothing there.
To the uninitiated, Ray, but to a man of vision, That vista is the great unmilked.
For once the Luftwaffe packed up and went home, the skies of North London have ceased to interest most people.
Which is precisely why it has been chronically underdeveloped. But the winds of change are blowing, Ray. In next to no time, the wide blue yonder will be chocker.
What with?
Satellite TV signals. Even as we speak, pictures of the rich and famous are being zapped from one side of the world to the other, above our very heads.
Yeah, but Arthur, why are you telling me this?
Oh, dear Raymond, I often wonder whether the daily blood really is coursing through your veins. We are standing on the threshold of a new era. And if there is one thing an entrepreneur likes, it's standing on a threshold, because it means new opportunities.
Yes, they're not the celebrity cigarette cards idea, is it?
The renaissance of that concept is long overdue, but in this occasion, no. Now, Ray, think. All these signals being sent from one side of the world to the other, what do they have in common?
I don't know. Cut final in 30 different languages?
They all require a piece of equipment to make sense of all those stratospherics.
A receiver?
Known in the trade as a dish, a satellite dish. The hula hoop of the 90s. They're all going to want one, and Daily Enterprises is going to supply them. You see, Dave, it's all been deregulated. Anyone with a camera and enough space in their front room to bung up a weather chart can start pumping out round-the-clock telly.
Yeah, but I heard all they showed was cookery programmes and repeats of the Virginian.
Popular, nevertheless. And the sale of these dishes is going through the roof. You see, people want an alternative to Dickie Davis and the ITV7.
Really?
It's a mistake, Arthur.
You read it?
There's too many things we don't know about.
Look, Gunter has his finger on the pulse, and I've given the points he made my full attention, and he is quite right. A timely opportunity at a crazy price.
Stupid price is what he says.
Oh, he's grasping the colloquialisms, Ray. I mean, it's obvious what he means.
I thought you weren't talking to Gunter, not after that incident with the metal detectors.
A genuine error.
That's the only thing they detected was anti-personnel mines.
Well, you can't be too careful, Ray, even in this green and pleasant land.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble with Gunter. We never know who's supplying him. He's too far away to keep an eye on.
On this one, I can enlighten you. As you know, there is a new spirit of openness in Gunter's neck of the woods. With a result, they find themselves with a surplus of radio and electronic gear.
Spy stuff.
Oh, he didn't go into details. But the point is he cannot offload it locally, because he cannot convince the populace they will not pick up anything more sinister than World Aerobics Championships. Hence the offer to us, which we will be foolish to overlook.
How you gonna fit them then, Arthur?
With a screwdriver, Dave. And anything else the instructions suggest. It's just a glorified TV aerial. How hard can it be, Ray? Right, smell that. Haven't you got that sorted yet?
No.
Your dad says he'll bring your Meccano stuff around later. He reckons it's in the loft. You sure you need it?
You're supposed to have special tools for a job like this, Arthur.
Ah, Gunter says a posi drive and a modicum of common sense should have it done in no time.
Yeah, did he mention anything about being fluent in German if you're going to stand a chance with these instructions? By the way, I put the receipt for this dictionary in the expenses box.
Dictionary? Oh, I'm sorry, Raymond, that's got to come out of your pocket. Gunter was under the impression, as I was, that you was a linguist. You got certificates.
Yeah, French, Arthur, not German.
They are virtually next door to one another.
Yeah, I tried giving Gunter a ring, see if he could help me out with this technical stuff. Guess what? He's out of the country.
He must be shifting those dishes all over the world. I knew we bought at the right time. Is that the right way up?
Well, it's hard to tell.
Well, look at the pictures, Ray. Universal language. You got them pinned up somewhere?
Well, that's it, Arthur. 32 different stages, all in small print and no pictures. Not to mention the little magic box that makes it all work. God knows how we fit this.
What is it?
Well, it unscrambles the signal from the dish.
But I thought you just bolted this to the wall and plugged in the telly.
No, I don't think so, Arthur.
You mustn't blame yourself, Ray. I'd like to give you a chance, but there are bound to be some tasks which are beyond you. On these occasions, it is necessary to call in the elite. Oh? Eric Lawson, better known to his acquaintances as Logie Lawson.
Never heard of him.
He's a thoroughbred, Ray. The Bobby Charlton of the electrical circuit.
So how'd you know him?
Well, like every genius, he has his dark side. In his case, he was Psycho Pete's wireman.
Psycho Pete? Didn't he get a 20 stretch a few years back for that bungled bank job?
He and Logie haven't spoken since. There was talk of professional malpractice.
Yeah, you're certain you'll be able to deal with these satellite systems. It's all new technology, Arthur.
Ray, to see Logie with a screwdriver in his hand sends a shiver up your spine. In the electrical field, Logie audio or visual, he's a colossus. A man ahead of his time. The incredible thing is, Ray, that Logie is completely self-taught. He must be out the back, Ray. You give him a bell.
Arthur, I saw you coming on the video, but I didn't have time to stop you before you...
Not to worry.
I don't know what's wrong with it. I had to get the St. John's ambulance round last week. There were Jehovah's Witness. Well, I would have offered him a glass of water, but you can't be too careful with electricity.
No problem, Logie. My boy Ray took the shock, hard as nails.
That's never Bert's lad.
Yeah, pleased to meet you.
Last time I saw you, you was this big. Christmas party, 1971, Willesden Drill Hall. Your Uncle Arthur was Santa, and your dad, what was his dad, Arthur?
Logie, could we have a word? It's rather urgent.
Oh, of course, Arthur, you know me, never like to waste time. Come in. Careful of that gramophone flex on your way through, it's a bit loose. I had to pack in the freelance work in the end. Eyesight. I can still manage favourable conditions.
What's favourable?
Well, it's more what isn't. I don't know whether your Uncle Arthur mentioned, Ray, but there were times in the past when I had cause to operate by torchlight to a very tight schedule. I couldn't manage that now. I remember one time...
You're all right for the 9 till 5 work, though?
Oh, yeah. Especially now I've got time on my hands. I sold a business, Arthur.
What, the TVs and the aerials? I heard it was doing a roaring trade.
Yeah, well, it was, but... Well, being in business, Arthur. I mean, I'm not like you. I couldn't cope with the... I need my feet firmly on the ground.
The cut and thrust of self-employment is not for the faint-hearted, Logie. But the job I'm offering you now, you get on with the work, leave me to do the worrying.
It's the way I like it, Arthur.
I couldn't agree with you more. But the thing is, you see, the real money is not in the selling of these things, but the installation. And that is where we've hit a slight snag.
Well, if you know the basics, Arthur, well, the instructions are usually pretty straightforward.
They're in German.
Oh, well, obviously that would throw up a bit of a smoke screen, but I can't see how it's insurmountable. I mean, the ground rules never change. From the crystal set to the satellite dish, it's the same principle.
Well, did you fit your own?
Co-op, actually. I had too much other work on.
Get ready to be busy again, Logie. Already got 2 customers and the list is rising.
Young Ray will be helping me out?
Hard-working, if unskilled.
Only I'm not as young.
Ring rusty, that's all it is, Logie. Couple of hours, you'll be bunging those dishes up on the roof like a good one. What do you think?
Very nice, Arthur. Where'd you get them?
Land Army. I bought 2 dozen. VE Day clearance sale. I knew they'd come in handy. I got Vinnie Goldman to sort out the lettering. Yeah. Hey, Ray and Logie got their names on theirs.
Yeah, aren't they a bit short for blokes?
Oh, no, they're not built for comfort, Dave. I mean, they're meant to protect the threads and create a corporate image. And I mean, they'll be bending over a lot, so there'll be plenty of room.
I see. Well, how's the order book going?
Oh, filling up nicely. And when word of mouth gets out about the sort of service we offer, we'll be rushed off our feet. Yeah. Another VAT, please, Dave.
Coming up.
You ever thought of having one in here?
Satellite dish?
Yeah. Pull the punters. The sport's very popular. Then there's the films. Be like the Rialto here on a Friday night.
Well, you've got to consider the cost, Arthur. I mean, for a start, we need one of them big screens.
Dave, the cost is prohibitive to the man in the street, but you will be dealing trade. I mean, can you imagine what you'd do here, over the bar, hot summer's night, with 6 square feet of Bo Derek slapped against the wall? An hose pipe wouldn't satisfy them.
What kind of figures you talking, Arthur?
It won't go any tighter and it's still wobbling.
That's all right, it's not going anywhere.
There's a couple of wires free and all.
They're probably spares. You can get down now.
If these outfits are saying something about the company, I think we're in big trouble.
No, Arthur's right, Ray. Image is very important. I mean, you might be the best in the world, but if you look amateur...
Yeah, but I think that's the point I'm trying to make.
Always been a big concern with Arthur, Ray, image.
Yeah, shouldn't you get up there and line it up? We've got a couple more calls to make.
Absolutely. Must crack on. That all looks fine to me.
You sure?
Yeah, well, you've been in the game as long as I have, Ray. You can tell straight away when something's spot on. I remember this time over in Eltham.
Logie, it's pointing straight at that house.
Fair enough. Thoroughness. I like that, Ray. Up you go.
Well, me, no, you're the technical El Supremo.
There's no point me shooting up there and fixing it in the blink of an eye, is there?
Well, it sounds great to me.
How are you going to learn your trade, Ray? Think about that. Go on, up you go.
All right, I'm coming. Daily into space, good afternoon. Oh, hello, Malcolm. Taking a break from the cricket? Or is there a particularly good film on at this time of the day? The Virginian? Oh, what's that like? What do you mean you haven't had it? But Ray rang in half an hour ago to say he was just starting on yours. Well, stick your head out the window. Oh, all right. Leave it with me. There's no need for that.
Bit more. Bit more. That's it, that's west.
West? I thought you had to narrow it down more than that.
No, they're very powerful, these dishes, Ray. You point it west for stuff from the States and east for anything else.
Bit of a face of that, Ray. No valves in it. I thought it was light.
What you doing here?
Oh, good afternoon, Arthur. Just tidying up.
Ray, what's going on?
Oh, he's a bright lad, that.
Well, there's no one in, Arthur.
You wouldn't think he was Bert.
I'd love to chat, Logie, but I think we've got a slight problem here.
Oh, yeah. Where management starts, the buck stops, eh?
What's the matter, Arthur?
That's what I could never get used to.
Ray, I want to know what you're doing here.
You can see.
But you're supposed to be at Malcolm's.
We are.
You most certainly are not. He lives in the next street.
Oh, it's quite funny, Arthur, but you'll never guess what's happening.
Take it down, for God's sake. Go on and hurry. Well, you put it up there, now take it down.
No, it won't budge.
I wondered why he wasn't at home. For us to give him his little magic box.
Whack it with the hammer.
Arthur, this is a very delicate piece of equipment.
Well, whack it gently.
No, it ain't gonna move. I reckon we've used the wrong bolts, you know.
Why didn't you check?
Ask Logie.
Well, the colours matched, Arthur. Remember that job in Acton?
Logie.
Can't leave it, Arthur. It's valuable.
So's the front of that bloke's house.
You told me to hit it.
I didn't tell it to assault it. I could feel the vibrations through my shoes. What a disaster.
Maybe if we got an oxyacetylene cutter.
What's that?
What?
There, on the front of my house.
Where?
That thing, that shape. Good God, you can hardly miss it.
Oh, the satellite dish. It's amazing the way they blend in.
I don't believe it.
Modern technology. We get a bit blasé about it, dealing with it every day.
This is an outrage. I didn't order it. I assume you're in charge. I want that dish removing immediately, and I want compensation for any damage to the shell of my house.
Oh, no, that's not possible.
Why?
Well, you see, it's a free trial. You get it for a week, and then we take it down.
I don't want it for a week.
Well, those were the terms when you entered the competition.
What competition? I never entered a competition.
You can't rip the top off the cornflakes packet, bung it in the post without reading the small print. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, our other lucky recipients will be a little more gracious than you. Good day. Ray, no man likes admitting he's made a mistake. In the words of Columbus, I think I might be slightly off course.
Well, I said we should have looked into things a little bit more before we got up and running.
No, there's nothing wrong with a venture or the equipment. It's my chief technician who's hell-bent on putting a spanner in the works. He spent 4 hours installing that gear in the Winchester and it still don't work.
Yeah, but I checked the dish last night.
No, it's not that. Logie says it's a decoder. Every time Dave turns on the pump for half a lager, the channels switch over.
Well, he's just out of practice, that's all. Like you said, he needs a bit more time to get back in the swing.
Time is something we do not have, Ray. The present demand is but the first trickle in a potential deluge. And when the floodgates open, we want to be able to rise to the occasion without blacking out half of London.
Well, at least the work's there, Arthur. I had another phone call this morning.
Well, if it's that bloke from Kilburn, I hope you told him his name was first out of the hat and he gets to keep the dish.
That was a new customer. Very tasty, too. A Franco Rossetti.
Rossetti?
Yeah, seems like the import-export line's done very nicely for him. He said he might be interested in a big screen job.
Fingers, Rossetti.
Yeah, if that's what they call him. Lives out west, massive house, near the park.
I trust you informed him our order book is completely full.
Well, of course I did. I said everything like you told me. I give him the big spiel about how busy we are, said we'd see if we could fit him in. Then I rang him back after about half an hour, said there'd been a cancellation. Arranged to go round to see him this afternoon.
Oh, Ray.
What's the problem?
Fingers, Rossetti, you do not do business with a man like that.
Yeah, but he said you'd done a job for him in the past. 1970-something. That's why he come to you for the dish.
You ask her indoors. I didn't sleep a wink all the time that was going on. He's got the most terrible temper. If you knew...
I do know, Arthur.
You what?
Well, me and his kid went to school together for about 4 years. Yeah, I can remember going round the house.
Rossetti may be all right with children, but once you're out of short trousers, you're fair game.
Well, you seem nice as pie on the phone.
No, you have to ring him up, say it's all a mistake. We can't possibly do it.
I've promised, Arthur. And he ain't gonna be too chuffed if we don't turn up now, is he? Come on.
You had no right to commit us without my say-so.
I was following orders, Arthur.
Good. How many times have the great horrors of history been accompanied by them words?
Well, I think you're misjudging him.
How do you think he got the nickname Fingers?
I don't know, I've never heard of it before. Yeah, was he a bit nifty at lifting stuff?
Only the fingers themselves. He's reckoned to have one of the finest collections in Europe.
Come on, I don't believe it.
You do not let Rossetti down, Ray. Not if you want to play Savutio again.
Arthur, you haven't seen him for years. I mean, bringing up the girls will have mellowed him.
Girls?
Yeah, Sophia reckons Isabella and her put years on the old man.
Who's Sophia?
The kid I went to school with.
Stop the car. I might have known. To think you would expose us to danger for the sake of your meandering eye.
It's not like that, Arthur. I mean, Sophia's married and Isabella, well, God knows, last time I saw her, she had pigtails and buck teeth.
Whenever you're keen to do a job, there's always a skirt involved. Never mind the risk to anyone else.
But this is crazy. I'm not after anybody. You're imagining things. Just like you're imagining that Rosette's some kind of psycho.
Lock the doors. What are you doing, Ray?
I know you. Go on. Get out before I do something I regret. And don't come back again. Ever!
Ray, you've grown big. Arthur, long time no see.
Mr. Rossetti?
Come on in. What's the matter, Arthur? Don't you want to do the job? Come on, chop, chop.
Well, he hasn't changed a bit.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Physically. Come on, Arthur, he was pleased to see you.
You saw that impromptu display of flower arranging?
He reckons that car you sold him never let him down once, so you've got nothing to worry about. Even if he does blow his top now and again, you said yourself, it's only the people that don't come up with the goods that get him going.
Ray, you have agreed to sell a dish to this man, knowing that we are to satellite installation what Norway was to the Eurovision Song Contest. Worrying is very much the order of the day.
Ray.
Hey, Isabella. All right. Look at you. You've grown up.
How do you do, miss? I'm Ray's uncle.
Pleased to meet you. Ray, I need to talk to you. I've got a bit of a problem.
What are you doing?
Just saying hello to Ray.
We're very busy.
Thought I'd better before you chuck him out.
Isabella.
He's male, under 65. You've proved you're in the mood once already today.
I don't want to argue about that.
Why not? It's what you do best.
Isabella, please, go to your room.
Puppy, you're not going to stop me doing what I want to do. Not now, not ever. See you, Ray.
See ya.
Drive you mad, Arthur. But they have to be protected, especially against themselves.
Ah, yes, yes. But a firm parental hand at a crucial moment is always very effective.
I have the wiring plans here. That should be all you'll need.
There is just a question of price.
Of course, Arthur. What have you in mind?
Oh, very expensive.
You can't be more accurate than that.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is we may not be the most competitive outfit for the job.
I don't understand.
Well, it's a very big installation, and we're a very small firm. You might want to get someone else to put in a quote. I'm fairly certain they could undercut our price.
You're too honest for your own good, Arthur. Don't worry how much it costs. I owe you a favor. Just do me a good job, eh?
That's the only kind we do, Mr. Rossetti.
Benny.
Arthur. Buck teeth and pigtails. I saw the way you was looking at her. Short of licking your lips, you couldn't have made it more obvious.
She's just a friend, Arthur. Can't you understand? I've known her since she was 9.
I know what you mean by friend, Raymond. And it tends to involve a dropping off of your interest in football and a glazed expression in the eyes.
I put Germaline on the girl's knees, Arthur. I don't think of her that way.
Raymond, we have enough on our plate. Don't try it on with Rossetti's daughter.
I don't care how it looks, Arthur. I'm not trying anything on.
Well, you should care how it looks. If Fingers gets the wrong impression... Oh, God, they reckon that's what happened to Billy Andrews. Fingers thought Billy had the hots for Mrs. Rossetti and... Well, the rest is history.
I heard Billy moved to South America.
Not all of him. And thanks to your gung-ho attitude on the blower this morning, we are in up to our necks with Rossetti. Unless you want to wake up in your bed next to the top half of Shergar, you'll keep your hands to yourself.
It's like a church in here. Oh, Logie's trying to sort the sound out now. He's checking the beer barrels. Arthur, I did expect the system to drum up a bit of custom. It's people getting used to a new concept. Once they start relaxing, they'll be knocking it back. Pete Hughes was in last night for the boxing. Dipso Pete, what'd I tell you? He had half a lager. All night? Did you check he was still breathing? Well, he said he was too wrapped up with what was happening on the screen. Oh, that's the lack of sound, Dave. Once that is sorted, you'll have a completely different ambience in here.
Whitewater rafting champions call this event their Mecca. Here in the Rocky Mountains, the young men of America...
Oh, Benny.
Perhaps we'd better be a bit more selective about what we let them watch. Tell Logie to come over the lock-up when he's finished here. Ray's sorting out the stuff for Rossetti. I don't want any mistakes.
Oh. Thanks for coming, Ray.
You sounded terrible on the phone.
I've got no one to talk to.
I can't stay long. I'm supposed to be checking all that gear we're taking over your dad's.
I need your help.
I can offer you anything except hard cash. Arthur doesn't believe in it for his employees.
I need you to find someone.
And?
Tell him to get in touch.
Well, anyone I know?
Steve Johnson?
Jono? I ain't seen him in years, or his brothers, thank God.
It was years ago. Steve's completely different now.
I see time's done nothing to improve your temper, Isabella.
Just find him, Ray.
Look, is there any particular reason, or should... Here, hang on. That geezer having the standoff with your old man, all that bother in the study, that...
Steve and I are going to get married. Papa's really against it. For some reason, he thinks Steve's no good.
What difference does it matter what your old man thinks, as long as you're happy?
He's made life impossible for Steve. He's rude to him, he mistrusts him. Everything he does is wrong.
Well, maybe he just needs a bit of time to get used to the idea.
We've been together 4 years, Ray. Today, Steve came to visit me. Papa sent him packing, which is nothing new, but later on I got a phone call. Steve said he couldn't.
You'd had enough?
I've tried calling, but he's completely disappeared. Ray, you've got to find him. Please?
It'll be all right.
I reckon it was the crisp packets. They make them out of foil now. Keeps everything fresh. Also interferes with the signal. I've told Dave he's got to make the choice. The dish or the ready salted. He's not too happy.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Ray?
Oh, good afternoon, Arthur.
Logie?
Yeah, looking forward to the Italian job?
Not especially, no.
Yeah, Ray mentioned you was a bit worried. No problem, Arthur. I'm getting right on top of the technical side now.
Dave was saying.
Yeah, I'll go. Hello, Daily into space? Oh, hi. Yeah, well, I'm doing my best. Look, it's only half an hour since I last saw you. Give us a break, eh? Look, I can't talk now. I'll be in touch. Yeah, okay. Bye.
I don't like it, Ray.
What? That's the best money can buy.
No, not the decor, the positioning. He's not going to want a load of wires down the front of that lot, is he?
All right. I'll have a look round the back, yeah?
I don't normally indulge before the sun's up the yardarm, but when it's as good as this...
In Sicily, they drink a raw egg mixed with brandy first thing in the morning.
Sets them up for the day.
Oh, do many of them live past 40?
Different pace of life, Arthur.
You've come a long way, Franco. Especially in the last 20 years.
I'm a pillar of society. In this country, you can buy respectability. Do you have a gun, Arthur?
You'll get me shot.
Well, what did he say?
Who?
Steve.
Well, I haven't seen him yet.
Ray, this is urgent.
I'm doing my best. It ain't easy.
I can't help myself. He's watching me like a hawk.
I promise I'll check it out, yeah?
Yeah, I've sussed it, Ray. Gonna need a ladder, son.
Play pigeon shooting.
It's like people are embarrassed to discuss the big deals round a table. They shoot or fish or go racing, anything except sit down where they should. Of course, you know all of these things, Arthur.
The bane of my life.
I think you and I prefer things the old way, eh? But what can you do? We're businessmen.
Exactly, Franco. And needs must.
So you'll come?
Well, I'm not sure whether Ray's got the gun back from the menders yet.
I remember your sense of humor, Arthur. But you must be as sick of these things as me. Together we'll have a good time. You leave your workman, I'll leave my man-crazy daughter.
Oh, my God.
What is wrong, Arthur?
The sudden rush of adrenaline. Thought of all that shooting. What time shall I be here?
8:30.
Perfect. Some more ice here, Ray.
Well, cheers, Dave.
He was very lucky, Ray. Tumble like that. I remember Buck Page.
Luck had nothing to do with it, Logie. The reason he didn't hurt himself was because he was like a man possessed. Like them geezers used to walk on hot coals. I could have walloped him round the back of the head with a plank of wood. He still wouldn't have flinched.
I thought you had done.
Ray, when all this is over, you will thank me for slightly unbalancing you. God knows what happened if you'd made it to Isabella's room.
Arthur, I was trying to find a route for the cables off of the roof.
Yeah. According to Franco, his daughter's not all that choosy. To have let you get to the top of that ladder in the state you were in would have been like giving a crate of sherry to an alcoholic and booking him a seat in the park.
Arthur, Isabella is in love with a bloke Franco doesn't care for. That's why he's got it in for her.
All the more reason why you should get a grip, Ray. These menageries those trials always end in tears.
Arthur, how can I convince you, eh? Oh, forget it. I'm going for a lie down.
Hey, hold on. Better not drive. Not after bang on the head. There you go.
What's that?
Get yourself a ride home.
70p?
Well, the bus goes right past your door. Oh, don't go on the top deck. You might have a funny turn.
Well, good night then, Arthur. See you tomorrow.
Logie, can I have a word?
Are you worried about Ray, Arthur? It's just a phase he's going through. Remember Bobby Harris, Hands on Harris?
It's a favour.
Fire away.
How do you know?
Arthur?
I need a gun.
It's too much side, mate. Snookered yourself on the black. Hello, Steve. Fancy you being here.
I do not want an M4 assault rifle. This is a sophisticated gathering, Logie. I need a shotgun, double-barrel job. The idea is you shoot these pigeons out of the sky. You don't force them to surrender by a show of firepower.
I do keep in touch with Wally Charles. He used to tool up one or two of the smaller gangs. I'll see what I can do, Arthur.
Appreciate it, Logie. Oh, and while I'm gone, keep an eye on Loverboy.
Yeah, never thought I'd find you in here.
Reminds me of the good old days.
What, with Rod and, Cliff? Cliff. Yeah, just you three and after London met, eh? That's how I remember it.
At least you knew where you stood.
Yeah. Where are they now? Your brothers.
They're inside.
Yeah, of course. Tried to catch up with you at work the other day. Said you hadn't been in for a couple of days.
I'm having a holiday. Come on, Ray. Say what you've got to.
Isabella.
It's over. Her father's decided I'm not good enough. Track record. Well, I can't keep banging my head against a brick wall.
Isabella needs you, Steve.
It's not going to happen. Not while Papa Rossetti's still around.
Well, this ain't going to impress him, is it, eh? I mean, you, down here,
He's not going to change his mind, Ray. May as well give him what he wants, hey?
Arthur?
So,
I couldn't get Wally last night. That telephone extension I put in for him must have packed in.
a freak happening, I'm sure, Logie.
The safety's off, it's loaded. All you got to do is point it.
Look, I did not spend all them endless hours at Battersea Funfair with young Raymond without learning to shoot a gun.
Fair dues, Arthur. I'll bash on with the dish.
Would you like some breakfast, sir?
Arthur! Franco. I'd like you to meet my friend Mario.
He runs a chain of hotels and needs to have his satellite system updated.
Any friend of Franco's, Mario?
Pleased to meet you.
Mr. Daly, Mr. Rossetti.
Don't worry, Arthur. I've arranged for Mario and some colleagues to come round and christen my new dish. Tonight, Interplace Napoli. You can speak there.
Look, I don't mind if somebody else has my go.
Please, Arthur, we must do our duty.
Oi!
Pull! Your shot, Arthur.
Oh, well, I haven't performed for a day or two, but I dare say I can... Oh!
Arthur?
No, have another go, Franco. It's stupid to stop while you're on a run.
You're sweating, Arthur.
It's the quality of the opposition.
Oh, you hustle me. Okay. I go to £50 a round, no more.
50?
An experienced shot, Arthur. It's an offer you cannot refuse.
Yeah, well, maybe I ought to put a bit of Raugex on my trigger finger. It's been giving me jip lately.
Let me see.
No! Oh, that's done the trick. Oh, yeah,
Won't lose any more money to you, Arthur. Here.
Arthur.
It's not what it seems.
Please.
I can explain.
You make me smile, Arthur, more and more. You never miss a chance.
Excuse me?
It's good to remember the old times, eh? Where we both came from. Especially on a day like this. So full of pretension.
It's just a token gesture, Franco.
I appreciate it, Arthur. Here, use my gun.
Oh, thank you very much.
Isabella's gone. She left him a note.
What does this mean? Thanks for everything, Ray. But I can't wait any longer.
I told you, I was trying to sort out one or two of her problems.
Is that all you've been trying to do?
Is that what you think of your daughter?
I'm a very powerful man, Ray. Don't cross me.
You don't scare me. Not like you have Isabella.
What do you mean?
She should have told you to get lost, get on with her own life. But she cares for you too much, and that's why she's backed herself into a corner over it. Well, I ain't got that problem.
Oh, Ray.
What was she doing?
Counting them. Thank God you're all right.
You weren't wrong about him, Arthur. He is a nutter.
What you taking them off for?
I'm going to sort this mess out.
You can't leave us. Don Corleone's frothing at the mouth in there.
I've had enough of it, Arthur. The record needs putting straight.
What about the dish? He's got to be up for this evening. He's got all his mates coming round to watch the footer.
Well, Logie can manage it. Just a matter of lugging it up there and bolting it on. Should I be carrying a wooden stake and a clove of garlic?
What?
This aversion to daylight. I wondered whether there was something I didn't know about.
Ray, you never had any problem getting straight to the point at school.
Nor did you.
So?
Times changed, Steve. You used to be the brightest kid in the class.
I grew up.
That's exactly what you didn't do. Well, come on, Steve. It was your brothers putting the screw on you, wasn't it, eh? Well, you were the black sheep of the family. 15 and you still hadn't been arrested.
Ray!
You were never like them, Steve. You had something about you. I'll give you credit, though. You pulled it back round, you got the job, the car.
Haven't I made it clear, Ray? Rossetti doesn't care. He doesn't give a damn what I've done to clean up. Times don't change for him.
So you and him slug it out and Isabella gets forgotten about, eh?
What?
You and Rossetti. You're wasting all your energy on him and the one person who stood by you gets edged out of frame.
What are you talking about?
Isabella, she's done a runner, Steve, and you've got to make a decision.
Come on, Logie, up you go.
Now?
We've been looking at it for the last quarter of an hour. That dish is not going to take itself up onto the roof, is it?
That's it.
I think you're still a few inches short, Logie.
No, that's it, Arthur. I mean, that is it. I can't go any higher.
Stop larking about. Go on, crack on up, and don't forget to leave everything tidy when you're finished.
Help me, Arthur. I can't move.
There must be somewhere else. Where would she go?
I don't know. She's like her old man. She goes wild if she's cornered. She was the same at school. Any exam she didn't like the look of. Exam fever.
For God's sake, let go, Logie.
I can't. We might fall.
It's 3 feet.
As soon as I'm above the ground, Arthur.
Look, you can't stay here for the rest of your natural.
I'm breaking out in a cold sweat, Arthur.
Look, vertigo is a state of mind. Now let go and get down.
It's only a state of mind until you fall. Look, you have a bash, Arthur. I can shout the instructions from here.
Look, if I wanted to trip the light fantastic 50 feet above terra firma, I'd join the circus. Now let go.
I can't do it, Arthur.
We'll have to wait till Ray comes back.
Arthur! Yeah. Looked out of my window and couldn't see you. I thought maybe you'd finished. Everything all right?
Yes, just making sure it's good and solid, Franco. Unfortunately, we've run into technical problems. It's slowed us up.
What technical problems?
Well, well, I won't bore you with the jargon, but the atmospherics all up the spout. We'll have to wait for young Ray to come back.
Arthur, I don't think Ray will be coming back.
Oh, that boy's not a quitter, Franco.
You're very trusting. I can't afford to take a chance, Arthur. My friends would be most upset if they can't watch the match, and so would I. Most upset.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe we could check whether the climactic conditions have improved. Hey, Logie?
Why don't you do that? Oh, by the way, your boy got onto the roof via the attic.
Oh, thank you very much. An aerial installation man afraid of heights. No wonder you packed the job in. Why didn't you say something?
I thought I might have outgrown it.
How long you had it?
30 years.
I think it's a condition you'll have to live with.
I'll be okay as long as I don't look down.
Logie, you have to climb up something in order to look down.
I'll be okay, Arthur. Now that you know, I can concentrate my efforts.
Logie, we've got to get that dish fixed. Look, Rossetti's looking to add to his collection of rigid digits.
I'm getting double vision, Arthur.
Oh, God. Think you used to live in a tower block is terrifying.
What you doing, Arthur?
Much as I believe management is 10% consultation and 90% delegation, I intend to get that dish fixed and leave here in one piece. There you are, Logie. It's all a matter of confidence. Oh, my God!
Wait, anyone spoken in there?
You're tired than you imagine.
Are we above ground?
Keep your head down, Arthur. A gust of wind will have you off of here.
I feel very peculiar.
Lack of oxygen this high up.
I've had a rethink. This work is tailor-made for Ray. Follow me.
Franco will go mad.
We'll have to risk it. Don't push me!
What's up, Arthur?
You're stuck.
Exam fever. I remembered. We all use this place.
Papa was becoming unbearable. I had to leave.
How could you have stuck it here? It's a tip. What if someone opens up?
I had to get away. I tried to explain in the note.
You should have told me.
Yeah, you didn't want to see me.
I didn't mean it. You know I do. I couldn't see the point, that's all. Your dad's not going to budge.
I don't ever have to go back to that house. If you're serious.
Well, now, hold up. I mean, I don't want to get in the way of blind passion, but that's not a good move.
Papa's never going to accept Steve.
That's because he doesn't know him. You don't want to spend the rest of your life avoiding your dad, do you?
And what else can I do?
What we gonna do, Arthur?
Keep calm and call for help.
There's no other houses for miles about.
Shut up, don't talk.
Don't speak here! Oh, God. Panicked.
Help! Help! Logie, what's Italian for help?
I don't know, Arthur. Help her.
Help her!
Louder, Arthur.
Please, Logie. I'm not Spider-Man. Bad enough having to keep your balance without starting to yodel as well.
No one will hear you.
Never again will I advocate double glazing.
Shall we sing a hymn?
What for?
Keep our spirits up.
Well, unless you can summon up a celestial ladder, I should save your energy. Think of something else.
Remember Freddie Green?
Yeah, name rings a bell.
Married Mickey Rogers' sister.
Oh, yeah, lives in Hackney.
Fell off his garage roof last month, broke both his legs.
There's Ray! Ray!
Thank God.
Ray!
Why did he stop?
I think I saw him wave. Turn him round. He'll come back.
You weren't shouting loud enough, Arthur.
That's as loud as I'll go, Logie. He will come back.
He's not coming, Arthur.
You know, abide with me.
I didn't think I'd see you again, Ray.
I thought you might be interested. I know where Isabella is.
What do you want?
I've just come to say that she's well and she's leaving home.
She can't do this.
She is. And she's going with Steve. She said she'll get in touch once they're married. Now, you got any message?
Yes. Yes. Tell her from me. I never want to see her again. If she runs off with this boy, she's finished with me.
I think she's finished with you anyway. But I'll let her know, though.
Ray, is this boy really so important?
She loves him. And you know what it's like when you have to have something. You'll make any sacrifices, even ones that hurt.
I never thought she'd be so foolish. He runs with the wrong crowd. How can I give my blessing?
That was years ago.
A no good family.
Face it, Mr. Rossetti. Whoever Isabella chose to marry, you'd find something wrong with him. You just can't let her go, can you?
If she'd made the right choice.
She's already made it. But she'd be a lot happier if you backed her up. Whether you do or you don't, she's made the choice. I'll have him here in an hour.
The audio approach is flawed, Logie. We need something we can display.
You sure this is going to work, Arthur?
Of course it is. I saw it on the telly.
I can hear something coming.
Ray! Ray!
Ray!
Ray!
Ray!
Ray! I shall view hitchhikers in a very different light from now on in.
The lettering isn't big enough, Arthur.
Well, of course it isn't. The nib's too small. We need an alternative material.
You're looking at me very strange, Arthur.
Logie, take your overalls off.
Arthur.
Yelp into ace? What's that supposed to mean?
I told you, Arthur, I'm not good at these. I haven't got the right kind of mind.
It's only a question of logic, Logie. It doesn't have to be a work of art as long as it conveys our predicament.
Well, who's Tiny?
I haven't finished.
Look, maybe we should draw straws. Lose our shins down the drain pipe.
Logie, you are not helping matters with your defeatist attitude.
Sorry, Arthur. It's just these roofs, you know. Night time, get a drop of dew on them, they're like skating rinks. heard one, Arthur. Do you reckon they think it's a joke?
Look, short of one of us taking a swallow dive over the edge to clarify our position, I don't see how I can make it any plainer.
Sorry, Arthur. It's just I feel moisture in the air. Don't make a move unless you have to.
But will you stop your panic mongering? There must be a solution.
How'd you know? It was my brother. Mario, come stoy. Glad you could make it. I like the new car. I think if it had been mine, I would have chosen the red.
It is in times of extremis, Logie, that the daily comes into his own.
You're right, Arthur. It's working. I can hear voices. You're a genius.
It's an old trick, Logie. Used to be very popular at a lot of soccer grounds. Franco, what can I say? I mean, personally, I would have sat it out myself, but my companion was beside himself, completely out of control. Apparently, he had a nasty experience in a treehouse when he was younger.
Please, Arthur, it could have been worse. That's the thing to consider.
We thought the swimming pool was on this side.
Really, Arthur, we're lucky. Just the one direct hit.
Papa.
Welcome.
Before we start, I'd like to thank you for the sporting way in which you took the tile incident. And I hope you realise it was integral, as was the sacrificing of my windscreen, to bringing you this match live tonight. Anyone else wanting a satellite system, I can give you a contact in Germany for a nominal commission. Oh, any of you got light snacks or biscuits wrapped in foil? Could you desist from eating them till half time? Thank you.
中国队发球门球，王大伦把球传给了苏联，朝鲜队员向前推进，现在离中场还有10分钟。中国队的张钦控制住了球，一记妙传。
This is Chinese.
What league is Napoleon? You haven't lined it up properly.
Arthur.
Just fine-tuning, Franco, fine-tuning, don't worry. Logie! He's Arthur! Spin it round a bit. Go on! Go on, keep going!
Get all this.
Go on! That's it! Hold it! Don't move! Here, Arthur. He's securely strapped to the chimney stack, Ray.
The game's just started. He'll freeze.
Look, Ray, I'd do it myself, but Logie's got a nasty phobia. He needs help cracking. You can take him up a cup of soup at half-time. You wouldn't find a better fit if you had it custom built. I'll knock a bit off the price.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Another blank. I'm going to have to reduce that car.
Reduce it by how much?
2 owners and at least 10,000 miles. Hey, get out my chair. Things are getting desperate.
Don't worry, Arthur. I'm sure something will turn up.
You better hope it does. If things stay the way they are, I'm going to have to exercise a certain amount of wage restraint.
Well, I don't remember a time when you weren't restraining me wages.
I resent that remark. I've made all sorts of sacrifices to keep your wages up to par. Even cut down on me lardies.
All right, it was only a joke, Arthur.
In very poor taste. If you're short of the folding, stop chasing after every skirt in the metropolis. Pull your horns in.
Right, Arthur.
Oh, come on, I need a pick-me-up. Let's go down to Winchester. And if anybody asks, we're doing better than average in the sale. Confidence is paramount with Joe Public in this business.
Yes, Arthur.
Do you hear me?
Yes, Arthur.
Well, come on. Lock the door. Arthur. Dave. Great.
Right, Dave.
Yeah, how's business?
Oh, we've had a blinding week, Dave.
Oh, great. Arthur can settle his slate then. Thank you very much. Ignore the boy, Dave. Lad's always been prone to exaggeration. Give him a fizzy water to calm him down. I'll have the usual.
All right, Arthur.
Vic?
What are you up to?
Listen, that.
How's the pub going, Vic? Getting there. When you take over a boozer, it takes a while to knock it into shape.
Well, the Hat and Feathers was a popular house when old Ernie had it.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong, Dave. I'm just after something more,
Flash?
high profile. Yo, Vic. Yeah, all right, babe, don't worry. I'm on my way. I'll be there in 5. Sorry, chaps, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Bloody barmaids don't know their Heineken from their elbows. Catch you later, boys.
See you, Vic.
Think about what I said, Dave.
Right,
All right, Cagney. How are they hanging?
He's much too familiar for a bloke who's only been on the manor for 5 minutes. And he's nosy and all. What do you mean, think about what I said?
It's just that we were at a licensed victualler's do, and someone reminded me that next month it's 25 years since I took over to Winchester.
Yeah, that's brilliant, Dave. Do you have an do?
Well, that's what Vic reckons, but I don't want to make a fuss. Right, Danny?
He does indeed work in mysterious ways.
Who, Dave?
Of course you'll have your due, Dave. If you was in China, you'd be a public hero and they'd stick your boat on a stamp.
Thanks very much.
You have created a rare retreat from the ravages of life here. Hundreds of your punters, past and present, would feel cheated if they were not allowed to celebrate your achievement by buying the odd lager or 4. And perhaps the odd commemorative mug.
You had me fooled there for a moment, Arthur. I thought you was being sentimental.
When opportunity knocks, Dave, you've got to grab it with both hands. We can knock out all sorts of memorabilia. T-shirts, key rings.
I don't believe it. This is the happiest I've seen you in weeks.
Raymond, I am an entrepreneur. When I'm starved of business opportunities, I'm like a young royal with no holiday to go to. Well, I'm off. I want you at the lockup, 9 a.m. sharp tomorrow morning. Dave, don't fret. As your partner, I will organise the entire party.
Oh, I'm definitely going to have one, then.
You most certainly are. I'll have a look in the diary and I'll tell you what date it'll be.
Thanks very much. That would be nice.
Look, Arthur, you sure this is a good idea?
Have a bit of respect, Ray. The man's done his time. Anyway, I'm told he's fully qualified now.
Yeah, breaking an entry.
Don't go on, Ray. You sound like her indoors. Good morning, my dear. Is heart attack in?
Hold on. There's 2 blokes at the door for you.
Who are they?
I don't know.
One of them looks like a Chippendale.
Hello, heart attack.
Arthur! It's Arthur Daly, you silly tart. Sorry about that, Arthur. Here, come in, mate.
Yeah, you better wait outside. Keep an eye on the motor.
Let's talk through here, Arthur.
Oh, right.
Makes a cup of tea, Angie.
Not for me, thank you. Oh, what a nice view. I hear you're putting it about that you're a painter and decorator.
Yeah, got me full city and guilds. Part 1 building and all. Want to see my certificates?
No, that won't be necessary.
Mind you, he ain't got a job yet. Who trust a bloke with his record on their premises?
I'm straight now, Arthur, honest. Never going to do over another gaff.
Unless it's with me rag roller.
Well, knowing your propensity for collapsing at the sound of a burglar alarm, I think that's very wise. No, the thing is, I've come here to put your foot on the ladder. It's Dave's 25th anniversary at the Winchester, and we're laying on a do, and I want to have the place done up.
Decorate the Winchester? Would be an honour.
Well, seeing as I'm doing you a right favour by putting this prestigious job in your way, I hope that will be reflected in your fee.
Oh, yeah. You get full discount when giving me quotes.
No, Art Attack. Shakespeare gave quotes. I want from you a firm, fixed price. 250 plus materials, and I want all receipts.
250? It's a lot of work there, Arthur.
All right, 275. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, all right.
Well, look, I've got to do some business. I'll see you at the Winchester in about an hour to discuss colour schemes. All right? Oh, one other thing, Art Attack. You are fully fit, aren't you? I mean, I can't afford medical insurance.
Oh, yeah. Since the bypass, the doc says I'm A1.
Come on, I've got to get Operation Winchester Phase 2 off the ground.
I think you'll find this is just the wine you want for Dave's 25th.
I didn't know the Ugandans made wine.
Are you not joining us, Harry?
Bit too early for me, Arthur.
Ooh.
Interesting bouquet, isn't it? Ooh. You're not going to taste it?
No, but it's just what I'm looking for. Shall we say £8 including delivery?
£8 a bottle?
£8 a case. And you'll change the labels to read Chateau Winchester. No, that's silly. Souvenir wine from the Winchester Club.
Arthur, you can't expect people to drink this rubbish.
Oh, who's talking? Him whose mates can't drink a bottle of beer without banging a lump of lemon up his neck. It's for commemorative purposes. People will probably buy it to lay down.
Arthur, I won't be able to fit souvenir wine from the Winchester Club on the labels.
Oh, well, we'll use some abbreviation. Instead of Winchester Club, just use the initials. All right? Come on.
Right, Ray?
Here, I hope he knows what he's doing.
The man assures me he's fully qualified.
I don't think this place needs doing up.
Oh, come on, Dave. Think of the punters. It's had less decoration than the Italian army. Your 25th should be the dawn of a new age for the Winchester. We've got to aim to attract the upmarket lot, you know, the Roller and Camelier Coat Brigade.
Yeah, but what about the cost?
Oh, that's all down to me, Dave. I'll take the grand and materials that Art Attack's charging me out of the money I owe you for my share in the business. How you doing, Art Attack?
When you expect him to surprise you, he don't.
I think I can work wonders here, Arthur. I want to give the place the full Monty. I was thinking of an Oriental theme. We could have this wall down and put in a mock pagoda. Then, over here, I could build an alcove and put up hanging lanterns. Then I'll cover everything with Japanese grass paper.
You look like a takeaway. Here, hang about. I'm talking now as senior partner. Redecoration, you said. I don't want the place rebuilt. I mean it, Arthur.
All right, Dave, all right. Art Attack, perhaps the creative juices are flowing a little too freely. Bung a bit of anaglypta up and stick some paint on it. And look, knock that wall down for Dave in the storeroom. That'll give him more storage space.
All right, you're the governor. That's what you want.
I never agreed to no wall coming down.
Well, it makes sense, Dave. If we're going to increase our clientele base, we're going to need more room. Trust me.
Dave! Sorry to be a pain. Right out of tonics. Couldn't lend us a crate, could you?
Yeah, cool. No problem.
Come along, Raymond. I've suddenly remembered an important engagement.
All right, boys.
Vic.
How long's he been coming in here?
Well, Vic, he's taking over the Hat and Feathers round the corner.
I thought it a nice touch, putting vintage on the label.
Oh, that is a lovely job, Harry. Hey, Ray, this memorabilia lot may be bigger than I anticipated. I may have to take on extra staff.
Oh, that's good to hear, Arthur. When's he arriving?
Here, look, when you finish that, get some of that old car paint and slap 25 years on these.
So much for the extra staff.
What do you think of that, Harry?
Bit thin, Arthur.
Yeah, the stitching falls apart when you put it over your head. Got one for my birthday last year.
They are meant to be souvenirs. They're not supposed to be worn.
Arthur, the T-shirts can't be worn, the wine can't be drunk. You're going to end up getting lynched.
Here is the piece of resistance, Harry. The Winchester club tie. No, it's a great tradition. British club ties are meant to look like a road accident. I mean, look at that thing the MCC lot wear. Oh, that is lovely.
See you, Ken.
Bye. Genius, that's the only word for it. You couldn't get better if you had Michelangelo on the end of the brush.
Well, I must admit, it is going down well with the regulars.
Of course it is, Dave. It gives the old place a bit of style.
Arthur's right, Dave. That's the trouble with most publicans. They've got absolutely no style.
How true that is, Vic. Let's have a look at the storeroom, shall we? Oh, yes. There's much more space now that wall's gone. Perhaps we should think of turning it into a pool room, Dave.
What do you suggest I do with my stock?
Details, Dave, details. You've got to start looking at the bigger picture. Where's Art Attack?
I don't know. He must have just shot off.
Modesty. Quality shared by all the very best interior decorators.
Why has he painted this bit white?
That is what we call tonal modulation. But let me know if I get too technical for you.
Yeah, what are all these cracks?
It looks a bit iffy to me.
Don't you have a pub to run?
Yeah, well, I asked Art Attack about that, and he reckoned it was shrinkage.
Well, there you are, then.
Arthur.
Where's Alan?
As far as I knew, he's doing up your club. And he packed his bag and done a runner.
And you don't know where he's gone?
No idea.
Well, if he turns up, tell him Arthur Daly wants a word.
He don't mind risking his art working. Any other sort of exertion he don't want to know. Don't fancy a cup of tea, do you?
No, thanks.
Yeah, well, Vic reckons that all that is subsidence.
What does he know?
Quite a bit, I'd say. Who knocked down that wall in the storeroom?
Our interior designer. He's fully qualified.
I'd like you to give me his name.
Why? Do you want to use him?
No. I want to warn our other clients to avoid him. That wall he's demolished was part of a load-bearing wall. He should have replaced it with an RSJ.
I knew it was a mistake listening to you.
Well, put an RS whatever it is in now.
It's too late, I'm afraid. I'll have to do a detailed survey to confirm it, but I'm more or less certain that these cracks have been caused by undue pressure on the foundations, causing them to shift. It's all going to need underpinning.
How much is that lot going to cost?
Give or take a couple of hundred, £30,000, I'd say.
30 grand.
Well, don't just stand there making a crisis out of a crisis. Get the insurance check.
I'm sorry, but you knocking that wall down violated the terms of your policy. Your insurance is invalid. And until the work's done, this is a dangerous structure. I'm going to have to recommend to the council that the Winchester's shut.
This is a poignant moment. We weathered recessions, winter discontent, 3-day week, but never in all that time have the welcoming portals of the Winchester been closed.
I tell you what, Art Attack better stay in hiding if he knows what's good for him. Right now, he's the second most hated man on the manor.
Who's the first?
Well, who'd you think, Arthur?
Me? I engaged that man in all good faith.
Well, the landlord has given us a week. If we ain't come up with 30 grand, he's going to sue us for the cost of repairs, plus the loss of revenue for not being able to rent out a place.
Oh, my God. Well, just remember, I'm a minor shareholder.
But major blame holder.
Now, listen, Arthur. If you don't come up with that money within a week, the Winchester Club's going to be shut for good, and that'll be my living down a pan.
Yeah, all right, Dave, all right. Rest assured, I will do everything in my power to get this sorted. Now, let's just go and sit down and talk about it calmly and quietly over a drink.
Oh. Where'd you suggest we go then, Arthur?
Vic's.
I reckon that a pinch shot will come up with about 7 grand.
Well, Arthur?
Well, at a stretch, I suppose I could probably match that.
You must be able to do better than that, Arthur. That hardly covers what you owe me.
Times are hard. This anniversary was supposed to be my salvation, remember?
Hey, you could liquidise some of your assets. Well, Frankie Miller said he'd give you 5 grand for those 2 motors.
That's a grand less than what I paid for them. Remember what Mr. Micawber said. Flog something for less than you paid for it, and you'll soon be up the Swanee without a paddle.
Thanks a bunch, Arthur.
It's not fair, everyone having a pop at me.
Look, Arthur, you just promised to move heaven and earth, and now you want to move a couple of Capris.
All right, I'll unload the cars and I'll let you have the $5 grand. But that's a lot. I'm cleaned out.
Yeah, still leave us 11 grand short.
Here, Arthur, what about your secret offshore account?
Excuse me, miss. Why do they keep ignoring me?
Well, I don't think they know how important you are here, Arthur.
These bits of girls have got no business behind the bar. They lack your maturity, Dave.
What can I get you, Ray?
Oh, large VAT, please.
Beg your pardon?
A large VAT.
It's all right, Sandra, it's with me. I'll have a large vodka and tonic and a couple of halves of lager.
And can you do something about his music? They'll ban all music in pubs.
Yeah, we don't want people start enjoying themselves, do we, Arthur?
Chaps, what can I say? You must be double gutted. I know I am.
Well, thank you, mate.
Listen, you're not comfortable here. There's a function room upstairs you can use. Some of your regulars there already. I'll show you.
No, all right.
I do see you, mate.
That's $4.20, please.
I'll get these, shall I?
Yeah, good lad. We'll see you upstairs.
Yeah, one yourself, son.
Oh, thanks. That's who I thought it was.
Well, unless you're from the Inland Revenue, yeah.
Sold my dad a telly a couple of months back.
Sorry about that.
No, it works fine. Dad reckons it's a bargain.
A satisfied customer. We ought to have him stuffed. Cheers. Yeah, looks like we might be using this as our local for a little while.
That's nice.
So we'll be seeing a lot more of each other.
You only have to ask.
I think I just might.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No, Gloria, I was just telling... Well, you know Sandra, don't you?
Hello, Sandra.
Yeah, I was just telling her that a good job that Vic was doing with the pub. Let's go upstairs.
I swore I'd never drink in your company again, Arthur.
Me neither. As far as I'm concerned, you're responsible for me being booted out of a place that I regard as my second home.
Winchester's more like my first home.
Look, for the last time, it's Art Attack you've got to blame for this debacle, not me. Besides, I've already pledged a considerable cash sum towards repairs.
Look, all these recriminations are getting us nowhere.
At last, the voice of reason.
What we should be doing is thinking of ways to raise the necessary to get the Winchester open again.
Well, we'll bung into a whip, man.
Listen to that. Must do your heart good to hear you're held in such esteem, Dave.
Very kind of you, Barry.
Look, bunging fivers into a hat is not going to solve our problem. We've got to think on a much bigger scale.
Why don't you arrange some sort of fundraising event?
Oh, yeah. What about a marathon? All right, a parachute jump.
Will you be sensible?
They had a charity bash down at the football club a couple of weeks ago. My old man won a fondue.
Yes, it, Pete. We can organise a Winchester 11 and have a football match.
Look, maybe I'm short-sighted, Raymond, but how are we going to raise money by chucking 4 coats on the ground and kicking a ball about?
No, it'd be a benefit match like the testimonials they have at the Arsenal, where we can charge the punters an entrance fee. All the proceeds go to Winchester.
Yeah, but who are we going to play?
How about West Ham?
Leave it out.
How about the old Bill?
Are you mad?
No, Arthur, it's brilliant. Well, think about it. There's a load of people that pay to see a team from the Winchester meet the Coppers head on.
That's right. And count me in. With a couple of uniforms, I wouldn't mind meeting in the tackle, eh?
Man, there's no need to worry about kit. I turned over a sports warehouse last week. My kitchen's carrying more stock than Lillywhites at the minute.
A bit louder, George. I don't think Scotland Yard heard that.
Yeah, I do think you'll be a bit dodgy, you know, playing the law dressed in knocked-off clobber.
You can have a charity auction after the game.
Yeah, that's right. I saw one of them at a boxing do. Raised a pile of bread. Mind you, they did have Samantha Fox as the auctioneeress.
Well, that's no problem. We can get a celebrity in to do ours.
Yeah, Monty Fish is the man you want for that. He got an East Ender, Ronnie Dyson, to open one of his dress shops.
Right, we'll leave that to you then, Arthur, yeah?
All I can say is, thanks very much, everyone.
Let's have another drink. I reckon under the circumstances, it's Arthur's round.
All right, bung it on my slate.
Arthur, you ain't got a slate here.
Arthur Daly getting in around for cash. It's almost worth having the Winchester closed just to see that.
Lights head.
Putting in a bit of overtime, are we, Thorpe?
Well, somebody's got to do it. If it was left to you, the only place you'd find a villain would be in a pub.
I've put away more villains than you'll ever meet.
Phone.
There's the trouble with these flyers from Endon. They're out of touch.
Thorpe.
I've got something you might be interested in.
Look, I'm gonna go.
No, not yet, Glo. Here, Arthur. Ain't it about time you were off?
No, it's only 11 o'clock. Much too early. I'll go home now. Her indoors will think I'm ill.
Doesn't she worry where you are?
We got over all that nonsense years ago. You know, it's true what they say. You never miss your water till the well runs dry. I was completely at a loss tonight without the Winchester. And Vic's place is no substitute. I mean, I've got enough money worries without having to pay for the drinks.
No, it's much cheaper here, eh? Look, Arthur, I don't want to be rude, but I'd like a little bit of time to myself. With Gloria, that is.
Well, don't worry about me, Ray. I won't get in the way. Good afternoon, my dear. Is Monty about?
Yes, do you have an appointment with Mr. Fish?
Tell him it's Arthur Daly. He'll fit me in. Isn't that the, you know, the geezer in the bleach advert?
Yes.
He looks taller on the telly.
So what do you reckon? Any chance of your mob putting out a team? Well, come on.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Be a bit of a laugh. But I can't see you know who being too keen. He gets a bit irrational when it comes to anything to do with Uncle Arthur.
Young Daly, what have you been arrested for?
Nothing. I just come to ask a favour.
A favour? I'm a police officer, Raymond, not a social worker.
They're having a football match in aid of the Winchester. And they wanted us to put up a team to play them.
You seriously expect us to play soccer with the people you associate with?
I'll get the message. Forget it.
No, we'll do that.
Are you serious?
Certainly.
A nice one. See you on the pitch.
Community relations, Thorpe.
Ask Arthur Daly to come in, please.
Arthur.
Monty?
Come in. Take the weight off. Now, what do you think of this, Arthur? Isn't she something?
How are you, Monty?
Oh, making a crust. Yourself?
No, much the same.
Oh, isn't she a little diamond? Drink?
Oh, no, it's a bit too early for me. I wouldn't say no to one of your lardies.
Oh, certainly.
Oh.
Right. Well, what can I do you for?
Well, I don't know whether you are aware of the plight of the Winchester Club at present.
Yes, I am. It's a tragedy.
Yeah.
I hope that little Herbert that knocked that wall down is going to get his just desserts.
Oh, he will, he will. The moment his boat is sighted, he will get a copious slapping.
Whatever made Dave employ such a prat?
Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, in order to raise some money, we are going to hold a benefit football match and a charity auction. And we thought if we got a well-known face to do the kick-off, play the auctioneer, and make himself generally available to Joe Public for autographs and so forth, it would boost the crowds.
Good idea. Did you have a particular celebrity in mind?
Well, we want someone who's a draw, you know, someone with a certain amount of gravity. I was thinking in terms of Brucey or Tarby, that area.
Well, it's possible I could get you someone like that, but mind you, their fees are a bit steep.
I don't think I've made myself clear, Monty. You see, being a fundraising event, we were wondering if they'd be prepared to waive their fee and do the whole thing for gratis. Well, I mean, it does have showbiz connections. I can remember dear old Dickie Valentine doing a turn there in the 60s, and they get a very big splash from a local rag and gratitude from the local community.
Yes, but with the best will in the world, Arthur, you can hardly call the Winchester Drinking Club a worthy cause. Look, I can do you a minor soap star for 200. An ex-soap star comes even cheaper.
Hey, what about your lad who does the bleach advert? Would he be interested?
Yeah, chaps, we've got a... What's up with everyone?
There's been a bit of a problem on the manor.
George has been nicked.
What, you're joking?
Well, that's his worry. We're up to here with problems of our own.
Did you get hold of the celebrity, Arthur?
No, I didn't.
Well, did you try?
Yes. Even Lionel didn't want to know, and he'd turn out for the opening of an envelope. And I thank you not to give me aggravation at a time like this.
All right. Well, never mind. Morley's agreed to put a team up, so we should still get a decent turnout.
Yeah, but without a celebrity, we can't charge much more than a fiver. I mean, at best, we're only going to make a couple of grand. It's a bit short of 11,000, isn't it?
Well, what about the charity auction?
Donations are coming in very slowly, Ray. It's because Arthur's involved. Everyone thinks there's some sort of fiddle. I'm very wounded at everyone's attitude towards me in this matter. Charles, any change? Do you know what that round cost? Vic's charging what he likes. It grieves me to see the profits from all our regulars going into Vic's coffers instead of the Winchesters. Well, they're not, are they, Arthur? And that is why I am looking for a job. Don't you worry, Dave. I'll find something for you. No, thanks, Arthur.
Here, Dave, you know what's happened now? Yeah. Sammy Booth's been nicked.
What for?
Nobody knows. He reckons he was fitted up.
Well, that's the fourth this week, yeah. We'll be lucky if we have a team.
Even Morley wouldn't be nicking people just to nobble to Winchester, would he?
Why don't you ask him?
Right. Your governor's been a bit free with the charges this week, hasn't he?
That's nothing to do with us. I just hope you're putting up some sort of opposition daily. Remember, you talked me into this.
Come on.
Are you sure I can't persuade you to stay and watch the match, Padre?
No, Arthur, I really ought to be going, thank you. Sunday is my rush day, you know.
Yes, of course. Oh, and thanks again for the eye of the ground. Are you sure you won't accept a fee?
Certainly not. It's a pleasure to help. Winchester's always been one of my favourite cathedrals. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Vicar.
Thanks, Vicar. Don't seem right somehow, Arthur. Conning the clergy.
He's the one who married me and her indoors. I prefer to think of it as settling an old score. Right, time for the team talk. Give the boys a bit of encouragement.
Right.
Yeah, now listen, it's all down to us now, lads. So no clowning about and keep the ball on the move, yeah?
Now, look, if we could just put the brake on the banter for a minute or two, I'd like to say a few words. Now, settle down, boys, settle down. Now, first off, tactics. I've examined all the options, kick and run, sweep them up and under, and the long balls, and I've come down in favour of total football. I want us to echo the great Brazilian teams of the past, with our flowing thoughts and our dazzling legwork.
Right, well, that's it, Arthur.
Is that clear?
Crystal, come on, let's get you.
And I also want you to consider why we are here.
To work one up Morley and his mob, right?
No, Barry, something far more important than that. The fate of the Winchester Club is in your hands. I want you to go out there and inspire them fans to put their hands deep in their pockets and buy them charity souvenirs. And remember the words of England's greatest leader, Gary Lineker? Winston Churchill. I have nothing to give but blood, toil, sweat, and sweat. Never on the football field of human conflict. Who is that? I'm trying to motivate people here. What are you...
All right, Arthur.
Do you realise the aggravation you have caused? I mean, I am likely to lose the Winchester.
I am not a violent man, but I'm quite happy to make an exception.
Calm down, Arthur. Just calm down.
Arthur, Dave, I'm sick about what happened, honest, but I can make it up to you.
Impossible.
This is yours.
What is it?
Money.
What money?
I ain't had time to count it. I come straight here after I'd done Vic's place over.
Are you completely mental? There's enough old Bill out there to sing the Hallelujah chorus, and you turn up with a bag full of stolen reddies?
I'm sorry, Arthur. Thought I'd get my own back on Vic and pay you back at the same time, see? It's only his grass money.
Ray, tell me this is a nightmare.
Arnatak, did you say that this was Vic's grass money?
I hadn't seen him for years till he come in your drinker. Slick Vic, the policeman's pal. It was him that got me sent down last time.
He must have put the finger on George and the others.
Well, in those circumstances, I don't mind accepting a few extra fivers for the Winchester Fund. How much was there in the till?
Not a lot, Arthur. But there was 10 grand in the safe.
Oh, my God! How do you think we're going to hang on to this?
Thought you knew about laundering, Arthur.
Laundering? You need to know about conjuring to make this disappear? Yeah, but Arthur, this will be the answer to our prayers. I mean, I don't suppose that auction's going to be worth a lot.
It'll be worth more than you think, Dave. If I could get Gloria, I'd tell the boys to work.
Am I interrupting something?
Not at all, Mr. Morley. No. Just discussing tactics in privacy. Can't be too careful. You know what policemen are like.
Oh, well, don't mind me. I'm completely impartial, of course. I didn't realise you were actually playing.
Me? Oh, no. I'm just here in an executive capacity.
Oh, good. Only one of the linesmen needs some kit.
Oh, attack! Get changed. Move. Our midfield dynamo.
Thorpe. How very unfortunate. No, you're right. You can't go to the police in the normal way, can you? Let me explain something to you, Vic. To me, you're just a useful service, like a plumber. You mend the pipes, I pay the bills. You drop the money down a drain, not my problem. Well, I suggest you do what you always do. Keep your ear to the keyhole.
Don't worry, good comer. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that.
Who's a melon in the black?
I hope for your sake that bulge in your sock is nothing more dangerous than a shin pad.
That's all they are, Mr. Morley.
Phil? Heads.
Yeah, we'll have kick off.
We'll stay as we are.
Phil, can I have my coin back?
Oh, sorry about that, Sarge.
Ref, all right if I comes on. One of my players needs treatment.
Why? What's wrong with him?
Well, he says it's crap.
How can he have? We haven't even kicked off yet.
He had to run down the off licence before the game, and that's a fair step.
Well, treat him off the pitch. I want to get on. Come on, Winchester.
think of it so far?
On the whole, I think I prefer football. Field. I heard that, Field. You weren't even looking. I was looking where I needed to look. Oh, I can't believe it. Don't argue with the ref, Field. It was an obvious penalty.
Oh, you're joking.
Dissent, Field. The police officer has to show an example. Corner! Hooligan!
You? Alan told me you'd end up again.
I just want a little word, sweetheart.
You know what little word you'll get?
Come on, darling. You'll always let a man in, won't you?
Of course I will. Did you bring one with you?
Listen, I've been done over. If it was him, I'll make him sorry.
I'll tell him. If I see him. Gonna move your foot.
I'll find him, you know. Ah, God, bitch!
Did you see that?
Come on, Winchester.
Four. Yes.
Give us a hand.
Come on, hurry up. What do they do, bump heads?
It's a bit back there.
You all right? Yeah, I've got some of this myself.
Well, I had to bring it with me, Arthur. It wasn't safe to leave it in the dressing room. It's safer out here. I'll have to get rid of it. Ain't it half time yet?
Come on, keep on your feet. Just keep playing your natural game and expressing yourself.
2-1 down. And they ain't even broken sweat yet. We've got to start getting it tight at the back and hit them on the break.
Yeah, that's right, Ray.
son.
That was a goal. Don't argue with me. I'm the ref. Listen, I've got another red card in my pocket, David. I know what's going on in this game. I'm the ref. That was a goal, and that's the end of the match, all right? Do you want to see my red card or what? No goal. No goal. That was a goal. Come on, line up. Get back on the field.
Have a word with the linesman. Sort the linesman out.
He's played his last game, Mr. Morley.
Oh, well, that's it then. Match abandoned.
Tragic, Vic, eh? Oh, of course. You never knew him, did you?
No hard feelings, Field.
No, Sarge. I mean, what's a sending off compared with the coronary, eh?
It's a pity about that, isn't it? I was enjoying myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring good tidings. I have just come from Alan's bedside, where he's making a good recovery in the arms of his loving wife, Angie. He sends his best and says any contribution he has made to save the Winchester Fund was well worth the effort. So, charge your glasses and let the auction commence, right?
Got one in for you.
Oh, can't they?
Ladies, gentlemen, and my Uncle Arthur. As you know, this auction's on behalf of an institution we all hold dear, the Winchester Club. And for a man we both like and admire, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you Dave. So I hope you're all in a very generous mood tonight. Now, lot number 1 has been donated by my very own mother and is an ornament in the shape of a Spanish dancer.
Do you think the missus will go for that?
Yeah. Looks quite attractive, Sarge.
So who'll start the bidding?
£10.
Seeing is believing, ladies and gentlemen. A £10 bid from Detective Sergeant Morley.
250.
250 from the back.
I'll bid 300.
300 at the front.
That's ridiculous.
450.
450 at the back. 450, 450. Going. Knocked out a peewee for 450 quid, ladies and gentlemen. Now, lot number 2 has been donated by yet another member of my family. No prizes for guessing who. And is half a dozen cases of a lovely little wine, nice little tipple, the Chateau Winchester. Now, I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a genuine daily limited edition. You only got another 50 cases back in the lockup.
That boy is seriously lacking in respect for me.
So who'll start the bidding on this one?
250 quid.
250 quid a pee.
300.
300 to the charming young lady in the middle there.
400.
400. Thank you, sir.
You know, Arthur, at this rate, I reckon we can raise 10 grand.
£10,355 at least, Dave.
£800 from Lenny. 800. Going once, twice. Sold to Lenny Hawthorne for 800 subs, ladies and gentlemen.
Something very suspicious going on here.
Oh, don't be so cynical, Mr. Morley. What you are witnessing is a genuine outpouring of affection for the Winchester Club.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. Gloria, next item, please. Lot number 3, and I'm sure you'll all be very pleased about this, is a copper's helmet.
2 bob.
This was the very copper's helmet found outside the Winchester in 1975 that was involved in the Willesden Market Traders punch-up and donated today by Harry the Hat Hawkins. Nice one, Harold. What do I hear?
Leaving so soon, Vic? Arthur? I want to show you something before you go, yeah? Look. Amazing, isn't it?
What is?
Grass, Vic. Grass. Springs up in the most unexpected places. See all them brown patches out there? That's where he got trodden on by big, heavy boots. Never seems to come back after that.
It won't happen again. Trust me, Arthur.
I trust you, Vic. I trust you to get off this manor for good tonight, before I put word around about you and your little sideline.
But my pub, I'm skinned.
Dave will take over the hat and feathers until the Winchester's repaired.
You bloody planned this, didn't you?
Me?
Now, the next lot, ladies and gentlemen, is the first of our novelty items. It's the threepenny bit that Dave retrieved from Barbara Windsor's cleavage when she visited the club in 1969. Do I hear 500?
Fancy the three dog in the next race?
No, not a chance, Ray. The four dog will skate it.
Hello, Arthur. Come to take me to the cleaners then, eh?
No, Phil, I've come to share my good fortune with you. Waterford glass.
It's not running, Arthur.
No, Phil. I'm referring to some exquisite stock I have just received from the Emerald Isle.
Leave it out, Arthur. I'm here to take your money, not some iffy glass.
Well, what about Tommy on the book? Would he like a little pocket calculator?
Arthur, Tommy is a little pocket calculator. Now, come on, let's be having you.
All right, 60 to 20 on the four dog.
£60 to 20 on the four dog for 9.05. Mr. Arthur Daly. How about you, Ray, eh?
Oh, no, thanks, Phil. Not with them prices. I'm going to have a go on the tote.
I've got to get a result, Ray. Anything to change my luck. We haven't sold a car for weeks.
It's months, actually, but who's counting?
My creditors are. You doing the four dog?
The three dog, Arthur. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, all right. Hello, Sydney. Arthur. Yeah, great news, Sydney. I might even say tremendous news. I'd even go as far as momentous news. I have just acquired 3.5 hundredweight of the Great Wall of China.
Free dog.
Come on, a four.
Hey, look at a free dog, Arthur. Come on, a free. Come on, a free dog. Come on. Come on, a free.
That dog stopped for a kip on the way round. I can't take any more of this.
That's funny, Arthur. I'm just beginning to enjoy myself.
Come on.
Hey.
I've got to do something, Ray. I'm ready to climb up the lock-up wall, except it's riddled with woodworm. I mean, look at the day's post. 4 bills, 3 charity appeals, and a beauty salon offering to remove my unwanted hair.
What we need is someone to remove your unwanted cars.
And my unwanted stock. I've tried everyone. Nobody's buying. Bloody recession.
I know. It's been so long since we've sold a car, you might as well hire them out.
Yeah. Raymond, you're absolutely right. Why didn't I think of that?
You will, Arthur. You will.
Look, Arthur, how can you expect to compete with the major players? You know, firms like, what's his name, Thingy. What can you offer they can't?
What can I offer, Raymond? That is the entire point. What indeed can I offer? Remember, second-class motoring is better than first-class walking. Who'd Adam? Excellent. Virtually empty. Couldn't be better. Dave, large usual, please. St. Clement's for Ray and one for yourself.
Oh, thanks, Arthur. I've got to do with a drink. Remind me why I come here.
What, having a bad time, Dave?
You could say that, Arthur. Or you could likewise say I'm having a disastrous time. Either way will be correct. You know, I've started talking to myself, you know.
What's that, Dave?
Oh, it's bloody lonely in here sometimes, Ray. Oh, it's just recession.
Dave, as a minority shareholder in this club, I feel it is incumbent upon me to do something to alleviate your problems. I have been working for the past 4 weeks on the most remarkable business arrangement.
4 weeks, is it, Arthur? Seems more like 4 minutes.
Yeah, time flies when business is booming, Ray. Dave, you are about to become an integral part of the Arthur Daly package deal.
I can't afford a holiday, Arthur.
No, not that sort of package. Share the experience, share the discount. Hire the car of your choice, full tank competitive rates. 1 week's hire entitles you to a free space in an Arthur Daly car boot sale. It also entitles you to attend happy hour at the Winchester Club.
A car boot sale?
Happy hour?
It's a great idea. 1 day a week, say between 12 and 1, when this place is as dead as a graveyard, we'll reduce the price of drinks by half.
So that was a great idea, is it? To reduce the price of drinks for an hour by half.
That's it.
Why don't we go the whole hog and give them away?
No, Dave, you don't understand. By reducing the price by half, you get more customers in here.
Well, that doesn't surprise me in the least, Arthur. If we made them free, the place would be packed.
Yeah, but when the happy hour finishes, the price goes back to normal, or perhaps even a little above normal. And the people will stay and continue to drink. And they stay and continue drinking because by then they are a little mellow. By then, they will be warming to the sense of the occasion. And they are, quite frankly, by then, Dave, half Brahms. Who's this lad you've got helping you push the leaflets through the letterboxes?
That's a good mate of mine. Known him for ages.
What's his name?
Winston.
Oh, no, there was a leader. Winston. They don't make them like that anymore. Hey, Ray, there's someone trying to break in the lockup. Get out and whack him.
It's all right, Arthur, that's Winston.
Oh, Winston.
Where'd you want them?
Yeah, hang on. It dumped down over it.
Ray?
Yeah?
I have a word.
Yeah, all right. Just leave him there, Win. Yeah?
He's black.
Just a minute. Can you come in here a minute, Win? You know, Arthur, I think you're right. Well, he's black.
You might have told me.
I'd never give it a second thought.
Well, you should have done.
Why?
Well, it's not me. I mean, it's my customers. I've got some very funny types. I mean, how are they going to take it? I mean, it's nothing personal. You do understand that, Winston?
Yeah, of course, Mr. Daly. It comes in all shapes and sizes.
No, don't misunderstand. I have a great regard for your people. They have turned out some of the finest netball players in the world.
Arthur, he's not one of your people. He's one of our people. He's like me. He was born here.
Yeah. Well, I run a very tight team. I expect very high standards.
Standards?
Yes. No drugs, no extramural activities, and no saxophone playing during working hours.
Fair enough. So what wages are you going to pay me?
Wages, Winston? Wages? We'll talk about wages when we see how you work out, Raymond. You'll be putting all the wrong ideas into this lad's head. Now, come on, let's get on with work. It requires great skill and ability. I only hope you're up to it.
I thought you were the milkman.
Lucky milkman.
What are you selling then? Double glazing?
No, something much more exciting, love. There you go.
Oh, well, why don't you come in and have a cup of tea and tell me all about it? I might be interested in hiring a car.
Yeah, I'd love to. No sugar. I've got enough energy.
How's that report coming on, Field?
Nearly there, Sarge.
Looks like we've got our own personal crime wave on here. 9 burglaries in our target area in the last week. Wherever it is, they're professionals. No prints, no one seen entering or leaving. Not youngsters. They're not nicking tellies and videos. It's all jewellery. Got to be fencing and stuff.
Well, look at it this way, Sarge. Buckets of overtime.
Oh, yeah, for you, maybe. All I'm stacking up is days in lieu. Morley, CID? Right. We're on our way. Looks like we're in luck. Uniformed had just nicked some joker doing a break-in right in the middle of our little patch. Come on.
You sure this is going to work, Arthur?
This is a winner, Dave. I know. See, what I'm doing is I'm taking a leaf out of the government's book, playing on people's avarice, letting them have something for nearly nothing. I've discounted the hire charge, thrown in a free car boot sale, bait to hook 'em. Some of them will buy in the end. Mark my words.
I was referring to the people staying on and paying full price.
What, for the drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they will, Dave. Same principle.
I hope you're right, Arthur.
Dave, as we speak, my highly skilled operatives are launching a major publicity campaign. Now it's just a matter of time.
Winchester Club? Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's here. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I'll tell him. That was Detective Sergeant Morley. It seems that one of your highly skilled operatives has just got himself arrested.
Raymond Daly's still working for you?
Yeah, of course he is.
Thank you for helping the police with their inquiries. You're free to go.
Oh, no, just a minute. You drag me out of a crucial business meeting, ask me about one of my executives, and then tell me I'm free to go. Why don't you ask me something really important, like what you ought to have for dinner tonight? Come, I demand an explanation.
William Infield. Might as well charge him now.
Charge who? With what?
Oh, just someone we caught red-handed doing a break-in, that's all. Says he works for you.
Winston, what's going on?
Ah, so you do know him then?
Well, of course I do. He works for me.
Hear that, Field? Get your notebook out.
Sorry about this, Mr. Daly. I did tell you that it comes in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, did you get that, Field? Looks like we got the fence as well.
Winston, you will come to realise that Mr. Morley has been nominated for the first brain transplant operation.
Why is it everyone seems to take such an instant dislike to me?
Saves time. I blame you for this, Raymond.
Leave it out, Arthur.
I will not leave it out. When Winston had finished his letterbox drop, you'd vanished. He goes looking for you, knocking on doors, peering in windows, wandering through gardens. Next thing, some overexcitable member of the local neighbourhood watch felled the police. He had no leaflets left, and you weren't there to explain. The result that Morley starts behaving like knacker of the yard. What exactly were you up to?
I was giving me sales pitch to a potential customer. Using me initiative like you told me to.
You sure it was only your initiative you were using?
She's promised to come and hire a car.
She. I knew it was a bird.
Look, it's all right, Mr. Daly. I'm sure you won't want me working for you after all this.
Why not? Nobody tells me who I can employ. And certainly no one like that Melon Morley. Look, get some more leaflets. Put one in your inside pocket so that if you stop, you got one. All right?
All right.
And Ray, keep your initiative under control. Get down the car lock.
Come, I'll give you a lift.
Thanks, Ray.
I've parked it out front for you. And remember, if you want any servicing done, well, just bring it back. And don't forget, the car boot sale is free for all hirers.
Oh, I hope to see you before that. You've, got my number, I think.
And as with all Daly into Europe cars, madam, you get a full tank of petrol. They're the keys. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Daly. Bye.
Bye.
That's the sort you want to be turning your charm onto, Ray.
I'll try and remember that, Arthur. Well, 1 down, 33 to go.
Good boy. I'm just going over the road for a quick one. It's Klondike time, Dave. I can feel it in my bones.
All I can feel in my bones, Arthur, is chronic arthritis. Yeah, steady this ladder, will you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Is that right?
Hey, Winston. The Red Vauxhall for Mr. Jarvis.
Right.
Excuse me. There you go, Mr. Jarvis. Happy motoring.
Excellent. Thanks for your help.
Lovely.
Here you go.
Thank you. Right, who's next?
Oh, it looks good, Dave. This place will be packed, you see. You'll have to get some temporary help in.
Temporary help? The last time I had temporary help in here was when Chelsea won the cup. Place was awash with flare trousers.
You get in plenty of food. You know, pickled trout vol au vents, kedgeree on fried bread, cordon bleu stuff. I'm just going to check on the lads. Raymond, my son. Winston, my lad. I knew it, I knew it. Wasn't that a great idea I had? All gone? All hired?
Every single one, Arthur. Except the old Cortina, nobody would be seen dead in that. We just thought we'd come over to tell you the good news.
Well done, boys. There'll be a bonus in this for both of you. Right, where have you parked my Daimler?
Your Daimler?
I see. Right, thanks very much.
I'm sorry, Ray. It's all my fault.
Don't worry about it.
Well?
It's a false address, Arthur. Never heard of him.
You mean he's done a road runner in my Daimler?
It looks like it.
Have you been dumped on me by one of my rivals?
I'll work it off, Mr. Daly.
Work it off? Work it off? You'll be here till doomsday to do that.
I really am very sorry.
Being sorry won't get my car back, Winston. How could you let him hire my car out? How could you? What am I going to drive?
Well, there's still the Mark II Cortina.
The number, Sarge.
I don't need that number. Don't you know that is? He's done it this time. He's nicked.
Call that last lot out to me and I'll check them against the report.
Right. Pearl necklace, no distinguishing characteristics. One ring set with 3 rubies. Victorian brooch.
I'll have you strapped in it.
Ray, can you calm him down?
Raymond, I'd be obliged if you could stop him giving us his Richard III, swearing out my Wilton.
Hello, Arthur. I think it might be time to leave, eh?
It's not enough I get my pride and joy nicked by some Jack the Lad, is it? Oh, no, no, no. Let's turn the rack a bit more. I couldn't get you run-of-the-mill car thief, could I? I have to get some pocket desperado who thinks he's Britain's answer to Ayrton Senna. Roaring all over the town, perpetrating traffic offences at the speed of light. But that's not enough, Raymond, is it?
Isn't it?
Oh, no, it's not. Inspector Clueless here pulls me in and starts charging me with a string of traffic offences. I demand that you come and see what I am currently driving, Morley. Help yourself, Sergeant. Observe the furry dice, the furry upholstery. This is what I am reduced to.
I must say, Arthur, I think you're getting a bit old for the furry dice.
I think he's telling the truth, Sarge.
Thank you, Constable.
His Daimler's just been reported speeding up the M1. Patrol car gave chase but lost him. He's really shifty.
If my car is damaged while you lot are playing cops and robbers, questions will be asked in the house. Ray, I'll see you back at the lockup. Better see my insurance broker.
Do you want to push?
Arthur, are you there? Oh, Ray.
Hello, Mr. Cooper.
I'm looking for Arthur. I've been down the car lot. There's no sign of him or his cars. Has he retired?
Arthur? No, not at all. He'll be back later. What can I help?
Well, yeah, I'm interested in that red Vauxhall of his. Don't tell me it's gone.
No, it's out on a test run.
Well, what about all the other cars?
Well, they're all out on test runs.
Well, all of them?
Yeah, we've had a bit of a run on lately.
I shouldn't have hesitated. It's always the way, isn't it?
See, Mr. Cooper's a regular Winston. Always buys his cars off of Arthur. You pick up that clipboard for me, will you?
Yeah, always bought them from him. Looks like I'll have to go somewhere else this time. Pity. I was very keen on that Vauxhall.
Look, if you're a regular customer, the least we can do is look after you. Give us your phone number. I'll persuade the guy that's taking out the Vauxhall for a drive to try another car.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, well, look, here's my card. And I'll see you all right for a drink, eh?
You leave it with us, Mr. Cooper. I'll give you a ring as soon as I've got my hands on it.
Great. See you, Ray. Regards to Arthur.
Yeah, laters. And just how do you propose to accommodate the man? The Vauxhall's out on hire.
It was due back this morning. That punter only hired it out for a day. I remember him saying that if he liked it, he'd be back to extend the hire period. He hasn't come back.
So?
So, we repossess it.
You mean we thieve it?
Nah, not exactly. I feel really bad about Arthur's car. This'll help make it up to him.
There you go, my love. Now remember, it's pellets for the ferrets and carrots for the rabbits. And if you've got any left over, have a fry-out.
The point is, Tony, am I covered if my car is mistakenly hired out to a man who does a runner and crashes it?
Is that what happened?
No, but it's imminent. Now, come on, you're my insurance broker. What's the situation?
All right, this geezer that done a runner, how did he pay?
I don't know. The boys hired it to him. Why? Does it matter?
Well, yeah. If he paid by a cheque and the cheque bounces, you're covered. But if you pay by cash, you could be in stuck.
Well, I know he gave a false address.
Oh, well, that helps.
Yeah, but it don't help me.
Leave it to me, Arthur. I shall make inquiries. Now, while you're here, can I interest you in a tortoise? Fresh in today.
Too frenetic.
There it is. Just down the road. Pull in, Ray.
Wait a minute.
It's not a problem. I'll tell him the car's due back.
Yeah, what happens if he wants to hire it out for longer, eh? Complications. A nice clean bit of repo, that's easier. We just have to pick our moment.
I'll get my hand on that joyrider. He'll be driving a Robin Reliant. I've got to pick her indoors up in a minute. Can you imagine her reaction when she sees me sitting in a Mark II Cortina?
I've just had a check run on the PNC, Sarge. I think you might find this interesting.
Well done, Field.
You got news about my stolen car, then?
Depends which one you're talking about.
And my car, the Daimler.
1 hour ago, it was driven into the Newport Pagnell service station.
Thank God for that. It's all right, then?
Dunno. The driver filled up, then roared off without paying.
Hey, hang about. What do you mean, which one? Only one car was nicked.
Oh, no, David. This car you're driving, you say is yours?
Yeah.
According to our computer, it was stolen 2 months ago in Brighton. Now, unless you've got a very good explanation, I'm going to do you for receiving a stolen car.
Are you sure I can't give you boys something for all this trouble?
No, it was no trouble, Mr. Cooper.
All part of the Arthur Daly deal, Mr. Cooper. Hope it gives you a great deal of pleasure.
Thank you.
Happy motoring. Touch me.
West Midlands traffic. So if I understand you correctly, you claim you don't know how long you've had this courting.
Why is it that reporters and police officers always use claim when they should say or state? Claim sounds iffy, doesn't it? That's why you lot like it. With claim, you got some poor sod halfway to Dartmoor before you're even warmed up.
You say you don't know how long you've had this Cortina. You say you haven't got the logbook. You say you don't know who sold it to you. It's all a bit vague, isn't it?
Just got another report on the Daimler, Sarge. Seen going the wrong way up a one-way alley in Birmingham. Eluded pursuing patrol car.
That's all right, I've got it. Hello, Daly. Oh, hello, Auntie. No, I haven't seen him for some time. Yeah, hold on, I'll make a note. Outside the shopping arcade. Right, I'll let him know when he comes in. Yeah, bye.
It's not looking good, Daly, is it?
It's obvious what's happened.
If it was obvious, we wouldn't be spending the time of day in your private zoo, would we?
Look, the bloke who done the road runner in my Daimler.
What about him?
Well, he's your man. Instead of harassing me, you should be charging up the motorway and catching him.
Yes, but he's in your Daimler, isn't he? Not in someone else's Cortina.
God, I'm going to have to draw pictures, I can see that. Look, before he went on a rampage in the Daimler, he must have had the front to dump the bent Cortina in my car lot. Diabolical liberty.
I think you better come back to the Nick, don't you? That you, Mr. Thopper-Dibbley.
Can I interest you in a parrot, Sergeant?
You wait here, mother-in-law. I know what you need. I won't be a minute.
Right, stop, thief! You, thief! God, someone call the police! You, thief! Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Thief!
Now, don't fret, mother-in-law. Don't upset yourself. Bloody lunatic.
This is all becoming a great cause of aggravation to me, Dane.
Well, you can always drop me on the corner.
I've got enough on my plate. I don't have to worry about you and some bent car ring you're involved with.
I am not involved with some bent car ring, and I want to see my solicitor.
For everything there is a time, for everything there is a season.
What's that supposed to mean?
You can't see your solicitor.
Tango 3 in pursuit of a stolen red Vauxhall car, index Foxtrot 206, Yankee, Charlie Yankee.
That's mine, that's one of mine.
Gee, I feel there's two big cars he's got. I'm going to give you an official fortune down the station, then you can make a statement. And if you're very good, I'll let you see your solicitor.
Look out!
I want a police officer! I want a police officer!
Then you've come to the right place, my old sunshine.
All right. I wonder what's happened to Arthur.
I don't know. He'll turn up, he always does. He'll be right chuffed about that Vauxhall, though. I mean, he'll probably give us a bonus for selling it.
He didn't get the last one, remember that?
Yeah, you're right there, Winston. I'll have to remind him about that. Ladies?
I don't know. You invite us out for a drink and all you do is talk about work.
All right, then what do you two do? Apart from chatting up two handsome young men.
We do a bit of work with Linda's brothers.
Come on, you lot, let's go.
In the back.
I'm sure you don't think I'd steal a car and then take my mother-in-law for a drive in it.
Mr. Dean Cooper, I am constantly surprised at what people do. You were clocked doing speeds in excess of 70 miles an hour while attempting to escape a police car in pursuit.
I didn't know they were police. I assumed it was that maniac who attacked me on the high street, and I hope you're going to charge him.
At the moment, I'm considering charging you. Eh? I've got a nice list of offences, starting with the theft of a car.
It's my car. I bought it.
Don't tell me. You bought it off a bloke in a pub. You haven't got the documents. He's going to post them on to you, but you don't know what his name is.
Why are you saying that?
Let's put it down to years of experience in the job, Mr. Cooper. A very nice touch, nicking it with your mother-in-law. Eh? Such a charming old lady.
What have you done with her? She hasn't been charged.
No, not yet. She's been looked after by one of my WPCs. Whether I charge her or not is largely down to you.
What, down to me? Well, this is insanity. Why is it down to me?
You put your hands up to stealing that car, and I will look very reasonably upon your mother-in-law. Do my best to give her out the case.
Look, I did not buy that car from a man in a pub. I have got the documents at home, and the man I bought it from was called Arthur Daly.
Look, Mr. Jarvis, either it's your car or it isn't. Which is it?
I'd hired it from a man called Arthur Daly.
You do well to pop up and tell Morley to stop minning around West London and centre his investigations in Rome and Brussels. I'm very big on the continent, you know. I'm into Europe. This is obviously the work of my business rivals. You don't really think I'll go swanning around in a bent car with her indoors perched on them fur-lined seats, do you? Oh, God.
I'll get him.
Ray.
Right then, what's everybody having then?
Oh, much though it pains me to turn away custom, it appears that Arthur is in need of your help.
What's the problem?
Difficult to tell, really. He's done a local nick. He's been on the phone to me demanding lawyers, insurance brokers, Amnesty International.
What, you can't go in there, old son?
Yeah, there's a perfectly simple explanation to all of this. It's been a complete
DS is querying an item on the list of stolen goods on that last report.
Which one?
One lady's wristwatch.
You're being a bit previous, weren't you? Repossessing a car that's only a day overdue.
Of course he wasn't. I'm not running an Oxfam shop. And no one of my major executives has cleared up this matter. I'll take your apology as read, and I'd like to vacate these premises.
You're free to go.
So?
For the moment, I shall be making further inquiries.
I'd like the keys to the Cortina.
The Cortina stays here. It's stolen property. And you should know that 2 of the cars you've hired out have broken down in the street on our ground. And we've stopped a further 5 that are without a current MOT certificate.
Yeah, by the way, Arthur, I think you should ring Auntie. She seemed a bit put out.
Oh, God. Will it never end? Now, apart from all this, after that conversation I've been listening to, which her indoors had with herself, I have now got nowhere to sleep tonight. Now, I know, in each life a little rain must fall, but that doesn't give you two the right to pour Niagara on my careworn Trilby.
Yeah, leave it to me, Arthur. You've had enough for one day. Yeah, hello? Daly and... Oh, yeah. What? Yeah, right. I'll tell him. That was Morley's office. The Daimler was seen 30 minutes ago travelling high speed through a pedestrian precinct in Liverpool.
Oh, thanks, Andy. I'll tell you, if we don't find who's responsible for these burglaries soon, I'm going to be facing a divorce. Oh, I can't see any patterns. Some are day, some are night, some are forced entry, some look like they've gone through the front door with a key.
Feed in a man, Sarge. Take 5 minutes off.
And on top of that, I've got Arthur Daly causing bloody havoc with his hired cars. Just a minute. We had a member of the public saw a grey Fiesta parked round the back of that last house to be done over. That's not been eliminated yet. Get a list of all Daly's stock. All the cars he's hired out. See if there's a grey Ford Fiesta on it.
Now?
Yeah. We're awake. Don't see why he should be sleeping. So what do you think, then?
Don't seem to get many people in here, do they?
Don't start Dave off. You get 20 minutes and whatever happened to the drinking classes.
So where do you reckon Arthur's going to spend the night then, Ray?
I don't know. He'll probably go home.
So, who's for another then?
Oh, sorry, I'll get him in.
No, you won't. It's our turn.
I'm looking for Arthur Daly.
So?
Well, you tell me. You're his minder.
I'm off duty.
Tried his own?
Yeah. One irate wife. No Arthur Daly.
Do you want a drink?
Not while I'm on duty.
Like Ray said, Sarah, we're not on duty.
All right. Give the same again, please.
Yeah, of course. That'll double my take-ins for the night.
What's going on? Where's Ray? Raymond? Oh, this is nice, isn't it? I'm tramping the streets looking for a cardboard box while my staff are having a bacchanalian orgy on my premises.
Arthur, I do happen to live here. What do you want?
What I want them out for a start.
Right, we can take a hint.
Come on, Sarah.
Hold on, Arthur. Hold on, girls. I mean, Arthur, this is my home.
On which I hold the lease.
Yeah, but there's nothing in the lease that says I can't entertain guests in the evening.
There will be tomorrow.
Yeah, hold up.
Forget it, Ray.
Yeah, but Linda. Yeah, we can get off from, will you?
Get it together, mate.
That's a bum killing a fantail, isn't it?
Is it?
Yes. Look, I'm sorry about this, disturbing you at this time of night. It is urgent, and I can't find Mr. Daly.
Yeah, it's just like Arthur. When you don't want him, there he is, selling your musical rocks and underwater windmills.
Underwater windmills?
Exactly. I've still got 2 gross of them left.
Wouldn't it be easier doing that with the light on?
What, and have your pumpkin awake half the night?
You're bang out of order, Arthur. You've just ruined what was turning out to be a blinding evening.
It's time you showed a bit of maturity and started thinking above the waist.
Arthur, you might have taken a vow of celibacy. Doesn't mean the rest of us have to.
Look, I am surrounded on all sides by major aggravation, and all you think about is getting your leg over. It's not good enough. It's dereliction of duty. If this were wartime, I could have you taken out and shot.
Charming. It's all down to me then, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, whenever anything goes wrong, it's always my fault. Whenever it goes right, it's down to you.
Thank you, Raymond. I'm glad at last you're seeing how things really are.
Oh, I see how things really are, Arthur. I've had it up to here with you. You can get yourself another minder. I work all the hours that God give me, and for what, eh? Third world wages and first-class crap.
I should live to hear family talk to me like that. All right, if that's what you want, that's what you get. When all those cars are back and that car boot sale's out of the way, you can leave. And don't come back looking for a reference.
A reference? Don't worry. I'll be looking for a decent job, not 10 years inside. I'm going to bed. You can kip on a couch.
Right.
Got them from Daly's insurance broker. Thought they'd brighten up the office.
Good God, Field. It's just as well he hasn't got a sideline selling garden manure, isn't it? I don't want livestock clattering up the office.
Well, what shall I do with them, then?
Well, you can take them down the canteen, ask them to grill them for you. Where's that list of cars?
Daly currently owns 3 Ford Fiestas. 2 of them are grey.
Here you go, Arthur. A blanket and a nightcap. Large vodka.
Good night, Rain.
Yeah, good night, Arthur.
Hanging on the door knocker. Not even a note. Whatever happened to love, honour and obey?
Bit like me, Arthur. Redundant. Hey, what you gonna do?
I'll change later.
Oh. I meant about Auntie.
I shall maintain a dignified silence. That always unnerves her indoors. Come on, move. Got a big day ahead. Car boot sale. Happy hour to Winchester. Happy hour.
King Cone, madam. Mind you.
One for you, love. There you go. Yeah, another one here.
Look, I don't want any more trouble from you. Hey? First one here gets first choice of pitch, right?
If you don't want any more trouble, there better not be any ice cream in that canteen.
Hey, you can't take these in the car boot sale.
Oh, yes, we can. He hired a car, I bought one. We're entitled to a free pitch.
Too right. So what about opening these gates?
What about all these lorries?
They belong to people who hired one of your cars. Same thing applies.
Bloody professionals. Ray, get over the lockup, load up as much stuff as you can. Paris originals, Turkish towels, 2 can play at this game. We'll knock them out from the back of your car.
Right.
Winston?
Yeah?
Get those gates open.
Right. Winston and women first.
Ah, come on, darling. Give yourself a treat. On bath night, wrap yourself in one of these.
I'll be back in a minute, Win. I'm just gonna have a look round, yeah?
All right. $8.99.
How the Turkish towels going?
Slow, Arthur.
I'm not surprised. Bloke on that lorry's selling them £1 cheaper. Right, knock £2 off ours.
Right. Yeah, Win. Win. £2 off them.
Yeah. $6.99.
Linda.
Right.
Hello, young man.
How are you?
Something for your girlfriend?
No, for my mother, actually. Had a result of the dogs the other day. What can you offer me?
Watch?
I don't know.
Perfume?
It's nice. That is lovely. How much is this?
Do you, Ray? You can have it for 20 quid?
20 quid? Yeah, my mum would love it. Done. I'll take it. It is a goer, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah. 20 notes. There you go.
Right, lads. Stick them behind the bar. All this stock. I hope Harper's right.
I'm just going to the Winchester to change. When you're finished here, pop over to car lot, get all the vehicles back on site. I've had enough of car hire. Won't keep you a minute.
Here, Winston, have a look at this. Tasty, eh? Got it from my mum.
Where'd you get this?
I bought it from Linda.
Snicked?
You're joking.
Yeah. When I was waiting for you and Arthur at the station, they were going through a list of stolen goods. They were having a joke about this. She typed pimple instead of dimple.
Surely not. There must be hundreds of them.
All in this manner, where one's just been nicked in a burglary.
You're off for this watch. It's been nicked.
So's my suit and shirt. Did you sell them?
Of course I didn't.
Well, they've been nicked.
Stuff your suit. What about this watch? That Linda sold me a dodgy kettle.
Still thinking of crumpets. Just as well you're leading.
Come on.
Winchester Club. I've changed my mind. I don't want to go to the Winchester Club. Take me to the Arthur Daly car lot and wait for me.
Yes, Guff. You take my advice, you won't buy a car from him.
Linda Dealey, 31 Indleswick Road.
It hasn't been the same since they abolished caning, birching and hanging. I had an MP in the back last week.
Oh, yeah. Look, I want to get to Indleswick Road in a hurry. Does this hearse do more than 30 miles an hour?
See, what I want to know, Linda, is where you got this watch. It's bent. Now, what you do is your business, but when you're selling me yucky watches for my mum, well, that's mine, ain't it?
You greedy cow. I gave you that to keep. Knock out with the rest of your tat. Now get out of the way while we give this pair a bit of discipline.
Oh, yes, this modern generation, they're all wimps. Can you imagine them fighting in a war like we did?
Yeah, all right. You wait for me and tell me when I come back.
Arthur, what are you doing here?
Oh, someone's got to look after you, Ray.
You'll find another two in the living room.
You'll also find the stuff nicked from those house burglaries.
I'll blame you for this, Field. Yep. If you hadn't suggested going to that other address first. As it goes, Arthur Daly will now be claiming the insurance reward, and that pains me. That pains me greatly.
Mr. Morley, you managed to clean up the mess all right? Ray? Winnie, come on.
I didn't know you knew karate, Arthur.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me, my son.
Perhaps I should stick around while you teach me, eh?
Yeah, perhaps you should. Insurance reward, eh? That should make a tasty little learner.
Split 3 ways, Mr. Daly.
Arthur.
Yeah, of course. Split 3 ways, Winston. Oh, come on, Ray. Hurry up, move. We'll be late for the happy hour.
No, listen. Have it up.
Dave, you'll make a fortune out of this. What did I tell you?
Well, let's hope they stay on when prices go back to normal.
Don't worry, Dave. I think they're just warming to the sense of the occasion. Remember what I told you?
What are you going to do?
Dave, I think I hear the end of your happy hour.
Thanks, Arthur.
What you been doing with my car?
Driving it around England. If you take my advice, you get the timing checked. It gets a bit noisy at 130. Thanks for the hire.